Social media didn't just jump on 49er news, man. I'm telling you, Twitter was making me crazy, man. I just want to see football. I'm seeing these footage cuts on the guys on the field. Jimmy out there throwing. And Javon Kinlaw is a big dude, man. Boy, that dude is bigger than everybody out there. And it's amazing. As I said in Twitter, man, listen, if you see Javon Kinlaw and an offensive lineman going at it, pray for the offensive lineman if you're going to do anything. Let's get it. Hey, by the way, let me remind you, too, the app will end notifications this weekend. It's a long story, App Store and Google Play. Anyway, we're going to stop with that. But I'll be contacting you. Of course, the YouTube notification will always be there. And also on social media. And you can pretty much anticipate the rhythm I've probably pretty much gotten down, established is pretty much, it's going to be a Sunday. It's going to be Monday Night Raw. It'll be posted up on IG, of course, and Facebook and Twitter. So, yeah, we'll find each other. Anyway, let's go ahead and get it. Hey, today, of course, the headline matter is 49ers practice 8:15. Jimmy G is in a brace. Tavon Austin and J.J. Nelson. It is official. They are 49ers. Yo! Now, how long will they be 49ers? I don't know. And there's also a lot of mixed feelings about how if they're going to fit and segue onto this team and be here, or should we sacrifice some of the young talents we got today? It's really funny, too, because as I go on here, you can see, where was Dante Pettis in today's news? Solomon Thomas. Let me run down the details. Because training camp on-field action got underway today with just a few reporters telling the tales of the session. It seems the energy was high and the focus was intense for the first full-speed drill. Well, they went full speed. I think they were about three-quarter speed. According to George Kittle, though, he doesn't know what was wrong with Fred Warner. He said Fred Warner smacked him down out there, was trying to... Fred was acting like, hey, this is on, baby. George said, I'm bruised up, all my arms and chest. And Fred's punching at the ball and taking me down. Tell you, man, it's the intensity and the feeling from last year, and it was all there too today. They were intense for the first full speed drills, or should I say, three quarters. And moments to applaud or frown about were also reported. With the official signings of the new guys, Tavon Austin and J.J. Nelson being made official, they were in the process of getting the rhythm with Jimmy G. And additional news, speaking of Debo, see, I figure like anybody else, Debo's like a very ambitious young man, right? So I figured Debo said he'll be back for opening day. It seems like it is a slight possibility, not real. Kyle's holding back, being optimistic about the possibility of it happening. But Debo and Coach Shanahan got high hopes for him being back for that first game of the season. But, it takes some preparation. You need to not just be healed up before that game. You need to get into some prep and get some reps in and get yourself ready for the NFL season. So if he makes it, it's going to be like, whoa, D, what? You're back? Come on in here, man. And no, Kyle answered the question, Dre is not going to make Quan Alexander take a seat. In fact, they said we brought Quan in here for the reason we brought him in here, and he's made a big difference. So, no. And then he said, I love the way he follows up, though, but we're always competing for the job, so, But right now, Quan is the starter. So if we were entertaining that thought, because we asked about that, do the 49ers save money? If Dre's going to be as efficient as he is, do you consider maybe say, Quan, man, it's all business, bro. We ain't got no money. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case right now. And Nick Bosa, I ain't really kick out about Nick Bosa, man. Nick says he's feeling better than usual. Now, when he came out last year from Ohio State, he had, I think, the core injury was already pretty much over. It was the ankle injury he started the season with, remember? And Nick was still just nasty, mean, and tough. And so now Nick says, I'm feeling burly, coach. Nick was tearing the offensive line up today. That's basically the report. I love me some Nick. And you know what? Nick was probably taking it easy. Wait till he gets going full speed on them Cardinals. In the first Cardinals, man, I feel bad about you, man. If you're a Cardinal fan, oh, he ain't a Tasmanian devil. He's a Santa Clara devil. I'm telling you, man, y'all in trouble. If Nick and D are healthy, oh! And about Brandon Ayuk. Coach said, I thought he did a pretty good job today. After the first practice of training camp, we'll see when we go catch the film. But I've been real impressed with him, just being around him. He was very impressive on Zoom meetings, just his attention to detail. Ayuk did not catch any passes during the 49ers dozen pass attempts during their 11-on-11 sessions today. But he made a couple of catches during a 7-on-7 drill. He caught an underneath pass from Jimmy G. 2 plays later, he had a nice toe tap. A toe tap? You toe tapping? You toe tapping. Yeah? Hey, you used to do that back in Arizona, did you? All right. Toe tapping sideline on a Nick Mullins shot. And B.A. is not looking like a rookie, fam. According to Coach Shanahan, he says, since we've gotten here, going through these walkthroughs, he knows how to practice like a pro. You can tell he comes prepared every day. He's not a guy you have to teach how to act or teach how important it is to learn this stuff. You can tell he understood that from before he got here. And by the way, Ayuk saw some snaps of the first team offense. Now, I know you said, well, basically, like everybody's not out there, but he is a first-round draft pick, so he's supposed to take snaps in the first round for the first line. Yeah, but was Dante taking first-round snaps? I didn't hear a word about Dante. And reporters just, they ignored him or what? I don't know. You know what? I vowed how many weeks ago to stop picking on Dante. Okay, I'm not. Kinlaw got some work with the first-team defense as well. Solomon T, according to Sacramento. Solomon! What? And talking about receivers, let's get right into this. Newly signed wide receivers Tavon Austin and J.J. Nelson took part in practice. Austin was wearing number 5, Nelson's in number 7. So watch those guys now, 5 and 7, that's them. Eric Armstead didn't practice. He's got some back irritation going on. Not to worry about him, no. And Jimmy G had been taking part in walkthroughs without the lightweight knee brace he wore last season. He wore the brace on his left knee for today's practice. Remember the other day we said, which knee did Jimmy hurt? Yeah, Jimmy doesn't plant on that left knee, does he? I think he plants on the right. Yeah, you're throwing right. You've got to plant. You got to plant. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, you know what? It's the season's over. Now he's fine. According to Debbie Lombardi's tweet, at least for today, Jimmy Garoppolo has a lightweight titanium knee brace on. Mobility looks fine. Full pads will be coming on Monday. One highlight from practice was healthy Trent Taylor, who did not play last season due to that foot injury, making a diving sideline catch on a C.J. Beathard pass, but he did have a couple of drops today. He's got to get back. It's been over a year, all right? He took a lot of reps with the first-team offense. Of course, that was expected, according to Matt Barrows of The Athletic. Richard Sherman. Oh, I'm sorry, Matt Barrows. No, that's The Athletic, Sacramento Bee. Sherm broke up a pass by G intended for Taylor. Sherm, I can't wait to see how Sherm is listening to everybody because, when you talk about Sherm in a negative light, he always seems to find out about it. Somebody said Sherm's getting a little old and he's probably lost a step. See, that's just the kind of thing you got to say to this guy. See, Sherman, he's not like anybody else. Tell him he can't do something, he's probably going to overdo it. And what happened in the Super Bowl last year? Sherm is going to be vicious this year. I can already see it coming. By the way, also, did you see film footage of Jason Verrett? He looks sharp. He looks sharp. Jerick McKinnon appeared to have some zip in his step, according to NBC Bay Area Sports. See, this is another one of those guys that I've been telling people, everybody, man, we can get rid of Jerick McKinnon right now. Man, I ain't getting rid of Jerick McKinnon. I need to see why in the world Kyle went and got him. He must be for a reason. I'm going to trust Kyle over you. On social media, I get really silly. You probably already saw me doing that. I mean, I can't help it. I get emotional about this stuff. Jordan Reed and Jalen Hurd were on the side running routes during team drills, according to Sacramento Bee. Hey, You know, because you figure this time last year, both of those guys were in bad shape, boy. I mean, you got Jordan Reed sitting over at my head, man. I'm seeing five of y'all at the same time, man. Where am I, man? Shoot, man, I can't even feel my flesh. You know, so don't get him out there in a situation where he can get hurt too soon. And Jordan, I mean, Jalen Hurd, of course, you know. But Jalen's feeling fine. According to all reports, he is fine. He's not hurting or anything like that. Maybe the best news of the day is this, fam. The 49ers finished practice without any new injuries. Thank you. Well, except for Jordan. Kittle said he got beat up catching the ball. See, this is what I love about our 49ers. The defense is just nothing like they used to be. 49ers, you catch the ball, you pay the price. And if we tackle you, it's not going to be just a tackle. You're going to be punched, slapped, bitten until you drop the ball. That's just the way it is. We force turnovers. Oh, I love this. It's about to get started. Monday has the action's gonna get crazy Monday. But today we're just talking about it just cause it's the first day back officially. The guys getting on the field, hitting each other. Ayuk out there making catches. Debo trying to make it back. Javon Killo out there looking like the Incredible Hulk amongst the Avengers. Big Show, Big Show says hearing good things about Jennings' debut. Hey, see, I didn't see anything about Jennings. Ayuk, yes, I seen a lot about him. Taylor looked like the old Taylor. Yes, saw that too. Kurt the Chameleon. Hey, thanks for bringing in the 49ers locker room mentality into the podcast, brother. Kurt, that's what you got. You know, we're part of that family, you know what I'm saying? So my 9-year-old son Austin says, hey, go Ronbo and go, hey, Austin. Was that my birthday boy the other day? Matty S. Bend Oregon, of course. Go Niners all day. There's Slick 68. If you're a 49ers fan, wait, you do it like Slick. If you're a 49ers fan, give me a hell yeah. Oh, bam, bam. Hey, Flex, come on in here, man.
Hello?
Flex. Oh, sorry.
What's up, man? How you doing?
We got through. I'm gonna get your name changed. So it's Felix. Felix, I was calling you Flex, so I saw it from the board.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who you was talking to. Yeah, I was just figuring out who you was talking to.
I like that name for you, Felix the Flex. Felix.
What's going on, man? It's been a while. It's been a while.
A long time, as a matter of fact. Since last season. Felix, where you been, man?
Yeah. Hey, man. You know, trying to stay corona free.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I really am. First of all, I want to say this. I have complete trust in John Lynch. I'm starting to trust him because he's making the right move.
Were you one of the people last year that was thinking that he may be in over his head? Well, we had several people that were thinking that John Lynch was not going to be favorable for this job. You weren't one of those guys.
No, right? No, I wasn't one of those guys. I just always said Kyle Shanahan, he's so smart, he dumb. I've always said that. But I do think that John Lynch knows what he's doing. I had no doubt in my mind that George Kittle was going to get signed. I had no doubt in my mind that was going to happen. So who going to keep? We got Trent Taylor. You got Hurd. We can't keep everybody.
I tell you.
So my thing about it is a very crowded wide receivers corps, and there were Tavon Austin and J.J. Nelson. Who are we going to keep? It's going to be interesting to see is who are we going to let go? Is it going to be Perez? Is it going to be Taylor? Who can't keep everybody? That's my biggest concern there.
And everybody else is too. That wide receiver room is the biggest dilemma we got. I tell you what, if Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't hear nothing about Dante Pettis from the reporters, because every day next week, I think, except for one, Wednesday, nobody's going to be there. Reporters going to be allowed in to make observations. And if I don't hear nobody say nothing about Dante Pettis, at least doing a couple of things right or impressing somebody, I'm telling you, Felix, I hate to say it because we've been hating on him so hard. Dante could be on that list of people getting away. Because if you look at Tavon Austin and J.J., they could actually fill a very big role on this roster by a lot of people's standards. Yeah. Veterans, speed.
Yeah, speed, all that. I think that we're better than we are last year.
Oh yeah.
You know, I can imagine what the battles are with Bosa and with Trent Williams. And you know, last year, you know, epic. If you already noticed, last year, Bosa left a lot of plays on the field. It's a lot of missed sacks that he got. So a lot of them probably would have gotten more or whatever. But I think we're deeper this year. I think with DJ Jones coming back, I think with we just got another Deion Jordan. I think we're deeper. I think our defense is better this year, and with a healthy D Ford, I think our defense is going to be better this year. I think we're going to have more. I think we're going to create more chaos we did this year. I mean, this year than we did last year. That's what I think. Yeah.
And easily, because,
think,
they've matured a little bit. And last year, the 49ers, there's a bunch of kids who were just playing on pea and vinegar, right? And they were inexperienced to some degree. Jimmy's out there hobbling around after, not hobbling, but he's been off a year, and he's got a knee thing going on. That offense still did good as far as the run game going. The passing game could have been better, but you think about this for a minute. Almost 4,000 yards, and the passing game wasn't up to the speed and level it could potentially get to. Not with Shanahan, it wasn't. This year,
right.
Felix,
I mean, and he had almost 4,000 yards, and people were still getting on him. Now, granted, we all know Shanahan should be running the ball in the Super Bowl. There was no doubt about that. I think we have more playmakers on offense. I'm waiting to see what McKinnon looks like or whatever. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this year. And you know something else, too? I'm not sure if not having a preseason wouldn't hurt us because, you know, when the preseason you play your starters, then people get hurt and stuff like get nicked up. So it might be an advantage for us not to play the preseason games. That's what I think.
You know what? It's true. But you know what's going to happen, Felix? If somebody gets hurt during a game, it's going to take us out even harder. Because then we're going to say, man, we could have got a little more work in. Maybe that injury doesn't happen. But I hope nobody thinks like that. That's not the way it works. So, going in the season, first 4 or 5 weeks.
I think the first couple of weeks are going to be pretty rusty. But I think we really didn't have a big turnover as far as our team and the change. Yeah. So we have that chemistry going there. Yeah. But I am excited to see, and I think we're very hungry. That Super Bowl loss, the taste in our mouth, I think that's really going to drive us.
Oh yeah, especially when you lose like that, Felix. They know they should have won that game. They know.
Oh, yeah, they should have won that. See, they should have won that. They should have. Yeah, but you know, we can't. We're not going to dwell on the past. I think this is going to be our year this year. We'll have more experience. I think our defense is better, and I think we have more playmakers on the side of the receiving end. And I do. And you know, you made some points about Brandon Ayuk. Remember now, his coach was Herm Edwards, so Herm Edwards had him prepared to come to the 49ers because you know him and John Lynch are close. Mm-hmm. So I think Herm Edwards, we know how he is. I think Herm Edwards had him prepared. That's why the 49ers picked him. Mm-hmm. But you know, they went over C.D. Lamb and Jerry Jeudy. But I think Herm Edwards had him prepared.
But Felix, wait a minute. You know what? This is the thing. Keep an eye on all season long. Jerry Jeudy, C.D. Lamb, my boy Ruggs, who I wanted with a serious passion. Let's see, of these 4 guys, who has the best year? It may be a little unfair because Ayuk, like you said, has been trained by Herm. But then again, these guys coming from Bama, Saban ain't nobody's slouch, right? So I'm thinking, it's going to come down to who is the real deal. Because the Golden Boys, Debo, and I'm not Debo, but I mean Lamb, Judy, and also my guy. You know, they were like the headliners of the wide receiving room. And if you want offense this year, the wide receivers are plenty this year. These are your top 3 guys, and then nobody said much about everybody else. You know, nobody even highlighted Ayuk that hard. You know,
well, of course, Arizona State is not a big football program. You have Oklahoma, you have Alabama.
Those guys got to get attention first.
Those on TV, they're always going to get national attention on TV, and so you're going to be able to, especially for the last couple of years. Alabama has been putting out some pretty stud receivers. So when you have colleges, they get that national attention. And then those top-notch players are going to be
the spotlight's going to get them. But Felix, good to hear from you, man. We're going to go. Now that you're back, keep being back. I'll be looking for you. I'm going to be back. You know what? I'm going to be back like every day till now and Wednesday. This is on the line, man. We're getting ready to season. We didn't have nothing going on. No preseason games, no nothing. Man. I can't get enough of this. But I'll see you. Tomorrow if you get a chance.
I can't wait. You'll hear from me more often, though.
All right, Felix. Good to hear from you, fam.
Appreciate what you're doing, man. Thanks. Appreciate what you're doing, fam.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Felix. Right. Night. Guerrero, we were looking for you yesterday, man. I was yelling. You probably listened back and heard. Hey, he says, I'm watching the replay, Niners versus Seahawks, Week 17. Ain't that exciting? That is an exciting game, boy. Especially when the Seahawks screw up at the end. The timeout that will live in infamy. Say, let me apologize. Cynthia, you know what? I didn't read. Grant, I love you, man. I didn't read you today because I knew you was gonna say something nasty. I seen the headline. Grant always gives you the good and the bad, though. I shouldn't have been afraid. Cynthia says Grant witnessed Dante looking good. I have been corrected. My apologies. I'm gonna go back and read Grant after the program. I usually wait till after anyway. James, out in the Garden State of New Jersey. James. Living Dream has got best as good as good. James, where you at, man?
Show me what you think he's gonna show me. He showed me the sunflower. That's it.
I wonder, is James talking to us? James? Okay, let's go. We'll go to Dre. Oh, Dre! Come on in, Dre.
Man, what's going on, my guy?
Oh, Dre, man, I just seen too much film that it was like drugs, man. I was going crazy, man, looking at all the clips. I said, look at the sun shining bright, guys out there jamming around. And Kendall had me laughing, man. George, yeah, Fred got a little pumped up today. See, I mean, I'm feeling bruised up. I got punch marks all over me. Boy, Dre, we got a different team, man. These boys is vicious compared to they were 3-4 years ago, man. These guys is just bad. I love it. But Dre, you're feeling on the day, fam. I mean, you know, my apologies on Dante, too. I want everybody to know.
Yeah, so we just did a show with Grant Cohn on Niners All Day on YouTube. He was at the facility today watching the training camp. I continue to see, I think Big Show said Trent Taylor's looking like the old Trent Taylor. Somebody else commented that Trent Taylor looked good today. That's not exactly true. Trent Taylor had 5 balls. Trent Taylor had 5 balls thrown at him. He only caught 2. Grant said it's basically his timing. A lot of the times he looks like he's overrunning routes because he's having to run back to the ball, or he's underrunning routes where he's not on the horsepower and the ball was thrown and he realizes he has to get on the horsepower a little bit more to try to catch up. So I think it's all a timing thing. He did have an awesome one-handed 15-yard catch, but it's definitely some rust that needs to be worked out. He doesn't look like the old Trent Taylor. Because the old Trent Taylor was the best wide receiver in training camp last year. That's no secret. Everybody said that. That was training camp. So he's not the old Trent Taylor. KB was the normal KB. KB was 4 for 4 on his receptions. Looked good with both Nick Mullins and Jimmy Garoppolo. Did his thing. The surprise was Jermichael Hasty. Jermichael Hasty and Jerick McKinnon by far looked the best today. That's what I'm doing. Mostert looked good. He got the most touches, but we're talking about, you know, with you not getting that many opportunities, and every time you step on the field, you're making something happen. It was Jet McKinnon and Jermichael Hasty. Jet McKinnon lined up in the slot today. He caught a 15-yard dot from Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
And he looked just like a wide receiver. He got a few touches at running back. And Jermichael Hasty showed that he could be a guy who's not just a one-cut running back. He could make multiple moves and still build up a lot of speed at the drop of a dime. So it's looking like, I don't know, man, they might want to take a pay cut from somebody and then you know let this undrafted guy come onto the team. But again,
are you talking about Hasty?
Yeah, Jermichael Hasty. But we also have to realize this is tag football. The pads haven't came on yet. You know what I mean? Like this is tag football. So you know we got to wait till the pads come on Monday. He also said Trent Williams looked extremely good, Ronbo. He said he looked really good. He said to be that big and to be able to move like that, he looks extremely good, Ronbo. And to line up in 21 personnel and be able to let Jordan Reed and George Kittle go out and run routes instead of staying back to pass block, it's going to do wonders for this offense. That's what I was really excited about. Akello Witherspoon, he got burnt deep. He's on the second team. He's not playing with the first team. Emmanuel Mosley, he gave up one reception, and that was a 4-yard slant. So I'll take a 4-yard slant than a bomb deep, right? I'll take that any day. Amen. So Akello's still doing Akello. Dante Pettis, he had a 4-yard reception. That's about it. It is what
That's
it is.
No.
He had a 4-yard reception.
Cynthia,
yeah, man.
Misinformation. Oh, what? Okay, but he caught the ball though, so that's okay. But like you said,
he caught the
no
ball.
pads.
He caught the ball. He said he looked fine. Like he at least he caught the ball.
Yeah, but the thing is, Dre, Dante's about pads. We can't make Dante will kill everybody out there right now with no pads playing touch football. When they put the pads on is when you have to test. Look at Dante. Absolutely, yeah, I agree. Okay, good.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff that happened today. Jimmy was 6 for 8. I think not being able to have all of the workouts that we would usually have in this pandemic, I think it hindered the connection that Jimmy's going to have with the rest of the wide receivers. Like, it might take a game or two, for everything to get in sync. Because when you look at the amount of practices they're going to have, we're only going to have about 12, maybe 13 padded practices before the start of the season. So, I don't, it's going to be a little tough. The good thing about it is it's not just us. It's the rest of the NFL. Everybody's behind the 8 ball.
Right.
Everybody.
Well, yes.
Yeah, everybody's behind the 8 ball. Also, Javon Kinlaw is a man-child amongst men. Okay? I just want to say that, right? Because I say man-child because he's a grown man, right, coming into the league. But I say child because he's young coming into the league, right? Yeah. He said he is a man-child. He's going to be a problem. Also, Brandon Ayuk stood out the most among all the wide receivers. Because how young he is, and he just made it look easy. Grant said it looked like he wasn't even going 100%. It looked like he was going 80% today. So basically, KB and Ayuk were the guys who stood out. You know what I'm saying? They didn't drop a pass. Every single opportunity they got, they made it. They made a catch. Jordan Reed was on the sideline. He was doing what they call dry routes, and that means you're running routes, you're not running them against anybody. Jalen Hurd looks like he's fresh out of a lab, like he was just made by a scientist or something. He was doing the same thing as Jordan Reed. Those guys aren't lining up against anybody. They're doing dry routes, but they're just running routes against fresh air. Nobody guarding them yet. They want to work those guys back in. No update on exactly what is up with Eric Armstead. Kyle came on later and said it was just a tweak. He just tweaked his back. And I did that myself. I mean, you go to the gym, you're working out, you tweak your back. It doesn't hurt that much, and then you wake up the next morning and you can't even bend over to tie your shoe because if you bend over, you're not going to be able to get back up, right? That happens, right?
As long as it wasn't that. You ever been in the gym also, Dre? When you're lifting, all of a sudden you feel that torque. It's like the whole body just freezes. If you move left, if you move right, the pain is incredible. You walk slowly to the side and go to the shower room.
Right.
The workout's over.
You get weak at the knee.
Yes.
Yeah, you get weak at the knee. So, man, it was a lot of good information that was put out there today about the guys. He also said that Quan Alexander and Fred Warner look another size bigger than they were last year. Like, they look like they're in amazing shape.
Yeah.
Also, Dee Ford looks like an outside linebacker right now. I think last year because D wasn't able to really work out in all season because he had he was supposed to have that knee scoped, but he didn't, and he was trying to really rest that knee. He was about 10 pounds overweight. He said D Ford looks like he's in extremely good shape. Also, Fred Warner looked awesome. I mean, not Fred Warner, but Jeffrey Wilson Jr. He said he looked awesome. Like, he looks like a sculpture. So, I mean, it was just a lot of good things. It was a lot of good information, right? Nobody really had like super horrible day. Deion Jordan, he was just like he couldn't really jump off. It's hard for defensive players to jump off and look special because they're not in pads. And offensive players are the ones that's actually doing something, able to catch the ball and run with the ball, all that good stuff. So we'll see what happens Monday.
Love it, Dre. That's an awesome report, detail for detail. I love it, fam. Hey, Dre,
Yeah, most definitely.
get back and catch that. You can catch it now. Niners all day. Grant and Dre going down through the list of things that Grant observed on the day. Thanks, Dre. We're going to go. You get a chance. See you as soon as possible. All right, Dre.
All right, bro. All right, peace out.
You know, it's like I can't wait to get all them people that I was arguing with and actually got blocked by a couple of people on Instagram about Jerick McKinnon. Boy, I can't wait. Boy, man, y'all, you know what to talk about. We need to keep Matty B. I agree about Matty B. I didn't want to get him cut. But I said, man, I need to see Jerick McKinnon if I just cut him. They brought him in here for a reason, paid him all that money. Now just good night? I don't think so. I want to see what he's got. Why did Kyle go get him? Why? You're going to find out soon. Hey, James.
What's up, Ronbo?
There you are.
Oh, wow. How you doing, man?
James, I mean, if I was feeling any better, I'd have to be arrested. It'd have to be against the law. But, James, I'm telling you right now, man, I'm enjoying what I'm hearing coming out of camp. Just the first day, no pads. I just want to know if everybody's out there. And mentally, it sounds like they are connected. So I'm dying it. And hearing good things about Ayuk. And Javon Kinlaw running around there ain't doing nothing more than intimidating people by just standing around. Kinlaw, 335 pounds of pure rock. It's looking good though right now. Sounds like Trent Taylor needs he's got to get his timing down and stuff like that. But James, your feelings, James, are you having a bag of potato chips?
No, I'm sorry about that, Ronbo. It wasn't potato chips, but anyway.
Got it anyway.
Yeah,
Go
man,
ahead.
Once again, thanks for what you do and this platform and your staff and all that you do. And we're truly thankful. And it's good to have an empire of sister and brethren that can give you such good reports of what they've seen and stuff like that. And, and it's a blessing as well as, it's also, it's like the other caller had said, it's almost like flag football because ain't no pads on, you know what I'm saying? But it's encouraging to hear that, guys that are coming back off injuries are looking that great, as in a Jerick McKinnon, who Jimmy, him and Jimmy they've already been taking on quite a rapport because I heard Jimmy when he was talking about this year's training camp, and he was saying they were asking him about, what's one of the great things about a running back like McKinnon. He said, being that Jet played quarterback in college, he sees the space and plays. So a lot of plays that you might be, Jet sees things that the quarterback may not see because he's a running back and he played quarterback before. So I think with the two of them, man, I mean, it's so much that is going on with all of the players that, they're signing right now. And let's realize something that, I think the signing of Tavon Austin and J.J. Nelson, they're going to battle against one another for that position because let's not forget we lost Marquise Goodwin. Richie James is out with a wrist problem.
Travis Benjamin.
Right. And then Travis Benjamin, as well as, I think that Dante Pettis is on a very dangerous thin piece of thread with Kyle Shanahan, hanging off a cliff, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. I mean, I think, Kyle might be at a point with him where, he's like, if I find the first trade partner, I'm showing you to your face that I'm bringing in other people to replace you. So as soon as this league gets underway again and people starts to hunt for players that might could help their team, you're going somewhere. But your locker will be available for someone else. And nothing for nothing. I heard where someone had said about Jimmy and how he had, he almost threw for 4,000 yards. Well, I could tell you one thing. I could probably remember 8 plays last season.
Oh, yeah. You and me both.
In the first 8 games that these guys, Marquise Goodwin dropped the 67-yarder at the 4-yard line, wide open. Dante Pettis did the same thing in the same game on the other side of the field, wide open. Okay, that's like almost 130 yards right there.
I'm telling you, Jimmy G passed for over 4,000 yards. People just don't really think about it as being anything big deal, I guess, because they still smashing him. But, yeah, it wasn't all his fault. It's like I said, James, people blaming Jimmy for every little thing wrong with the passing game. You better look at some of them wide receivers. They weren't always perfect. Yeah.
And we didn't, even in the Super Bowl, we didn't play our best game. We didn't play a very fluid game. We started out playing very fluid in the beginning, but then it just we hit a snag, and then the back end, we know how that turned out. But I'm still led to believe that problem on the back end is very fixable, and it's not going to take much. We got the individuals in the building to alter it and come out with a brand new bag, smashing and just dominating them like we've been doing them all last year, and the best is yet to come. And
you heard about Trent Williams, though, right? Now, if Trent Williams is going to be out there road grading at the pace and speed that he's going to be doing, do you know how Mostert and Dre just said Jamal Hasty is serious, and you already know. Jerick McKinnon don't really need anything more than a little space. He's going to be coming out of the backfield. This is going to be an interesting offense this year. Very interesting. And, James, think about this for a moment. Could the offense finally draw the same kind of fanfare as the defense? I can't wait.
I think that they will actually draw a bigger fanfare, and here's the reason why. We're talking about the tight ends that we already got. I mean, we've spoke about the tight ends we got in the building as in Kittle, Werner, Reed, and Dwelly. Now, what if Kyle would have run a 3 tight end set the way Baltimore did with them? Those tight ends weren't that good they had last year. We got good tight ends. So can you imagine the 3 tight ends we have, as in Hurd, Kittle, and Reed on the field at the same time with McKinnon and Deebo Samuels in the backfield, or Deebo split out to the left of Jimmy? Yeah. And the 3 of them are stacked on the right. It looks like a pass play. It's a straight run, though.
Yes. The potential is endless. There's big bodies, big, strong, blocking bodies. You could put Jalen Hurd and Jawan Jennings in the game at the same time, along with George and Juice. And you've already got ridiculous blocking ability. Either side doesn't matter.
I could actually see him putting up 700 and something yards of offense in the game, man. I could see it. I mean, we were close to that last year, you know. Yeah, we were really close to that. We had some 560. We had some big yardage games last year of dominance. And
the Panthers will tell you about it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think it's only going to get better. You know, even as the Saints, Drew Brees will tell you, they sling it. That Jimmy G can sling it around. And once again, speaking on that, you remember how people had tried to say, well, you know, we don't know if, you know, can Jimmy, you know, get it done without George Kittle and them and all of his players. Well, we've seen him do that. We've seen it. We went head-to-head. He went toe-to-toe with a gunslinger as in Breeze, and he still outdueled him.
Hall of Famer. James.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Yes, I can't wait to see tomorrow, all right? Try to get in here just
no problem. Thank you for what you do, the platform you and your staff provide. And once again, James. Nana Empire, Nana for life. Be blessed. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, James.
Masked up and COVID and any other kind of disease free, all right?
Please, and you two stay out the way of that, boy. Yes. No more stats. Thanks, James. Night, fam.
Have a good evening. Thank you, man. Bye-bye.
And Big J says, Grant also said, I can't wait to go back. Well, Dre just gave us a rundown of what Grant was talking about. Grant said that Jennings looked great as well. See? Oh, it's Sharon. Sharon, come on in.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you?
Oh, Sharon, after hearing all this good news, I'm besides myself. Maybe there was nothing to report bad, or maybe they just didn't report anything bad, if there was anything bad. Although Trent Taylor did struggle a little bit with his timing. But, he's the kind of guy, he'll adjust. He's been out for a while. He'll get it
Yeah,
back
he'll
right.
get it done. He's just coming back, so give him time.
He'll
He'll
Javon Kinlaw
adjust
was
to it.
and Javon Kinlaw was out there doing things that nobody else can do. He kept getting larger and larger during the course of the day.
Yeah, I read all the report on everybody looking pretty good.
Yes, indeed. What inspired you the most?
Well, I would have to say I would agree with Kyle about Brandon Ayuk, how he was impressed with him. So I'm going with Kyle. I think he's looking good out there, and he's going to continue to get better.
Because the fact of the matter is, these guys, the newbies, I can't wait to see what develops next week, probably as early as next week, about J.J. Nelson and Tavon, Tavon Austin. Are they going to threaten a job that's already been established seriously, or is just one of them going to come along, or are we going to have that tough goodbye to say to somebody or two? That's the thing.
I think it's going to be a tough goodbye to somebody. I mean, somebody's going to have to go, and it's gonna be sad to see him go. But I think they know what they're doing to rebuild the team, because that's what they're doing, is kind of rebuilding that team again. So,
especially the offense.
To us to be better this year than we were last year. So,
are you prepared for that?
Somebody's going to have to go.
Yeah.
No.
Are you prepared for that? I honestly, me either. Because what if something crazy happened? The 49ers have just made a trade for Kendrick Bourne. Oh my God! No! I won't be able to handle it. See, because
I think that all the fans would be crushed.
Because they could get something good for him.
Right.
I don't want them to entertain that thought. There's certain players that we have developed emotional attachments to that the 49ers could actually get something for.
I heard about a killer. So I guess something woke up a killer Witherspoon. He woke up. What got over him last year?
Killer, yeah. Spoon had a bad day.
I think last year woke him up.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe when they put on the pad, Spoon will. He's playing second string.
Yeah.
He's not moved up from his last year position. I
We'll
wonder if he's
see
got
when
the
they
heart.
put the pads on Monday.
But do you wonder if he has a heart to challenge? You know how you get defeated? Some people have that kind of a mind, Sharon. Are you going to come back there?
I don't think he's going to have the heart. I think he is still something there with him. I don't know. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it, but I think there's just something there that he kind of needs to work on still. Somebody's going to beat him out of his position. I don't know who, but I just have that feeling.
Jerome, actually, the guy last year that had a problem, they say he's looking very, very sharp and a little more focused this year. So if what is his name? Anyway, the one that got killed in a Pittsburgh Steelers game, if he is looking good, that drops Spoon back down to third string possibly. Oh, Spoon, he'll never mentally get back into it.
Well, that would be Spoon's fault, though. That would be his fault.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's business. I mean, what can you do? It's business. If a guy comes in and he's better than you, then you're going to give the guy, that job that's better than you, and then you're going to have to go down a spot. So,
do you settle for that, though? So where is the dig down and grab yourself by the bootstraps?
I would fight for it.
Yes.
I would fight for it before I go down.
Oh, God. Come on, Spoon. I don't want to see you go
Where
out
was
like
Dante?
that.
Was Dante out there today? Was he practicing too?
Dre said he made one good catch during the course of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he made a short route.
Yeah.
You know about him, though. We got to wait till next week on Dante.
Dante does. Yeah.
They got to put on the
Poor
pads.
guy.
Yeah.
See?
We got try not to laugh at him. All right, because Dante. I wish they would film footage so we could see it. They show highlights. I mean, the reporters bring back clips, but I want to see a little longer. Oh, NFL 49ers.com will be out there, but you won't see anything but the drills.
I mean, if just hypothetically, if they do trade him, I mean, I'm just going to say send him to the Cowgirls. I mean, they're looking for people.
But then he might.
But I don't know. I'm just saying hypothetically if they did trade him, but
he might bust out.
I don't see him
Send him to Buffalo.
He might have a good.
It's cold. It's refrigerator cold. But I don't want to see Dante this year opposing him.
Way to wake him up, send him over to the cold side.
Oh, God.
Well, he might bust out this year. Let's hope so.
But Sharon, how are we going to do that, Dante? He's been our very biggest source of entertainment all season. When you want to laugh, what do we bring up? We bring up Dante. Because Solomon Thomas is not funny.
Dante needs to grow up.
God.
Poor Dante. If it's not Dante, it's Witherspoon. So between them two, they get in the pick on.
But see, that's what's so funny, Sharon. Solomon Thomas and Witherspoon are not funny, but for some reason Dante is, because of all the surrounding comedy with him. So.
Well, I just hope he does something good this year than last year, because he was all over the place last year.
We're going to find out when it puts the pads on. He's got to He's got to man up, Sharon. He's got to man up. He better
man up, or he's going to get back. He's going to go down the slot.
Man,
if he don't man up, he's going to lose his position and go down the slot, and somebody else is going to fulfill that spot, and it's going to be permanent. So he better wake up.
Or put him on the IR for reasons unknown. He had a splinter, and we put him on the IR. Is he come back this year? No.
Send him back to the practice squad or something.
So fun stuff. Hey, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. We talk more Niners because there's another practice tomorrow. All right,
Ronbo. Let's go Niners.
Yes, night, Sharon.
Good night.
Yeah, night. And let's go on over to D. Mel's favorite dude, Bang Bang. I've already got you, Mel, set up. We're going to set up Point, Counterpoint, featuring Dion Johnson and Mel, Bang Bang, Jersey Niner. Boy, y'all square off. Boy, that'd be fun to watch. D!
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
We're just going over the day and enjoying some of the things we heard and beating up on Dante like we like to do, and But Dave, Trent Taylor didn't have a great day today. He came out there looking like he's been off for over a year. And actually, when you think about it, Trent's been off for over a year. But last year he came into camp, he was ready to go. So he'll get ready to go again soon, I'm pretty sure. But your observations on the day?
I mean, it's a couple of guys trying to knock the rust off. A couple of guys, they want to work in slowly, i.e. Jordan Reed and, Eric Armstead having a little back stiffness. Like, these aren't, like, huge things that I'm, like, too worried about. Trent Taylor kind of being a little rusty. I mean, the man ain't played football in almost a year. Like, what do you expect?
Yep.
You don't expect him to just get out there and just turn around and be like, hey, I'm back to Trent Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with the back stiffness with Eric Armstead, man, like I messed my back up when I was a kid. I landed the small of my back on the edge of the table and I was paralyzed for 2 hours.
Oh.
They told my mama I wasn't gonna walk. And they told my mother there was two options, either let it heal on its own and he could he may be bound to a wheelchair or we can do surgery and he'll walk. My mom told them nope. She prayed over me. She had a couple people from church come and pray over me. And after that 2 hours, I moved my big toe, and I still ran track.
Yo!
You know what I'm saying? The rest of my life. Yes. No kidding. I'm not kidding.
How did you hurt your back in the first place?
Man, I was being an idiot. I was a kid. I was around about 10 or 11, and I was flipping all over my bed in my room, man.
Oh, and missed.
When I flipped on my bed, I landed just small on my back on the edge of a table. So I swear to you, I could not feel my legs for 2 hours, and I was scared that I was never going to walk again. And
Was
after
you in the
that
room?
healed.
Were you in the room by yourself doing that?
Oh, yeah, man.
Were you
I
able
was
to
being
yell?
a kid.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Mama,
Oh no. Oh
you know?
no. My mom. Oh yeah. My mom heard that. Yeah, she heard that. And I kid you not. Once I finally healed up, she smacked the hell out of me for being a dummy. But that ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? That's just. Look, man. That's just black parenting. You know how that
I
works.
know.
You do something stupid, your mama still gonna smack you, even if it hurt. That ain't gonna make no difference.
I wish I could have $1 for every smack I got. I'd be having lots of money.
Man, boy, look, Ronbo, we wouldn't be talking right now. We'd be rich.
you know. But you know,
But
it works. We're well-adjusted individuals because of the discipline. You got to have it.
Exactly.
You don't need to kill the child, but let him know, you know.
And there it is, man. You ain't never, truer words have never been spoken. But as far as today, the one thing that I can revel in is, okay, good job, Jerick McKinnon, on your pass, that you caught. Still waiting on pads to get on, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
As far as what Grant Cohn, because I did watch his thing, because I am subscribed to him on YouTube. He said Jimmy didn't put a lot of zip on the ball. It's the first practice, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to take too much from that. I'll let Jimmy continue to grow and continue to develop with these new receivers. Jawan Jennings bouncing off a couple of guys, obvious, because why? He's a dog. And then you have, but the one guy that I'm going to say I take credit for, because I said this, and I know there's probably a few other people that said it, but I know I specifically said this, JaMycal Hasty looking good. Why? He is the prototypical Shanahan back. If you watch the tape from JaMycal Hasty in college, that is the dude they were hoping Jerick McKinnon was for 2 years. That's the guy. He's shifty. He can catch out of the backfield. He can run. He makes several different cuts. That's how this works. So I'm telling you, JaMycal Hasty is going to probably, if he continues, even though this wasn't a padded practice, it's the first thing, if JaMycal Hasty continues on this path, I guarantee you he will beat out Salvon Ahmed, and they most likely will do what they can to try to stash him on the practice squad and pray to God that he clears waivers. Because if we have TC and we got Raheem and we got Jerick and possibly even Jeff, they're going to know if COVID hits one of those 4 dudes, God forbid, we still got JaMycal that we can bring up. You see what I'm saying?
See,
as far as the
this is
receivers,
why I can't stand not having a preseason game. I know it's fine if you don't have them because people be getting hurt, but I want to see these guys, man.
I feel you. I wanted to. I would have bet at least the 2 games that they were talking about in the beginning. I was really banking on that because I would have loved to have seen these guys get out there and show us something. Because the preseason is where you find those diamonds in the rough. You know what I'm saying? The only person that disappointed me from preseason is Julian Taylor. You know why? Because every preseason he's been with us, he tears it up. That man make you think he's about to be a Pro Bowler. And then when he get on the field, lackluster. You don't really see much. There's not really much to go on. And I'm not knocking the guy as a human being. I'm just saying the talent doesn't show up on the field.
But it did a few times last year, D. That's not. Well, hey, remember that Washington game when he came through, but he made plays on numerous occasions. Actually, he didn't get a lot of snaps like everybody else. But JT was effective. Yeah,
he was. But what I'm saying is, if you look at what he did in preseason versus what he did in the regular season when they did put him in, he wasn't as effective as he was in preseason. He was a monster. Like, you were scared for that dude coming off the edge because he was going to light you up. I already knew it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like Cap when he first came in our preseason games. I already knew. Like, I looked at this dude, I was like, oh, he can be a star, man. Look at the way he lighting these fools up. That's different. But when it comes to, like when they were talking about Trent Taylor, yeah, Trent been off football for a year. So, yes, you give him time off. He's going to get back. He's going to be a little rusty. He'll get back in the swing of things because him and Jimmy G are like best friends. That dude, when they recreate that chemistry, they'll be fine. when it comes to Juwan Jennings bouncing off people, nothing what I expected. Dante Pettis was what again? A no-show. You know what
No,
I'm
they said
saying? One
he
little
he, he
catch.
didn't.
Ain't
He
do.
wasn't screwing up. He at least he wasn't screwing up. He made one
He
good
wasn't
play.
screwing.
Yeah.
But he ain't going to. But the thing is you got to think about it. If you got Ayuk and KB, you know what I'm saying, and Juwan Jennings out there running and doing things, then you're fine. And you got to remember, Hurd was on the sidelines because they're easing him back in.
I know.
You think about it. If he's fully healthy, and they start to say, Hurd, get on the field, you will see less and less of Dante. Dante will fade into the grass.
Absolutely.
He'll fade into the bushes like Homer Simpson did in that little meme that everybody said.
I know.
I'm telling you,
I
bro.
see that
that's
meme too
right.
often, but it fits so many situations. I mean, let me see you tomorrow, fam. All right.
Oh, definitely so, man. You know I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate the platform. Appreciate what you do. Thank you for what you do. You are the best at what you do. And
Thanks, D.
I mean, hey man, hey, big shout out to Dre real quick, man, for getting that shout out from KB on Niners All Day, man. Hey,
yes.
Dude's platform is growing. That was a great shout out, man. And he doing big things over there. I'm gonna continue to do what I do to grow my platform, but I had to give him that shout out, man, because that's big, bro. And you should have seen him, bro. He was like a kid in the candy store. That lit him up. That set his dad straight. Was the happiest person on the planet when he saw that.
I got so much catching up to do on y'all's videos, man. My day is just.
Hey,
you know what?
man.
I'm gonna take out segments to designate today. Go check out Drake. Go at D. There's about 3 other people too. So y'all keep up the good work. Just like Dion said, Dion catch him for his content and Dre Niners All Day. Him and Grant Cohn. No matter how you feel about Grant, you know you love Dre. Go check it.
Yeah, and Dre, and you got to remember, guys, one last thing about him. Dre is a no-filter dude, and if you cover him, he will cover you.
People have
good
learned
evening,
that.
Ronbo.
Dude, Night, fam. Rebel D. Thanks, fam. It's just good to see our guys are back at practice. Can't wait to see how everyone does with pads on Trent's. Just got to get the rust off, and Jimmy will be fine. Just y'all watch. Yeah. You know what, though? Hearing what D just said about Jimmy throwing ducks, I need zip on that ball. But maybe, Jimmy, you don't want your arm hanging too early in the season. So, just take it easy for now. 1/2 speed, no problem. Hey, Alex. And Grant did say Jennings looked great as well. What? Is that right? Omar.
Hey, what's up? I'm back, brother. How you doing?
I'm glad to hear that,
Long time
Omar.
no
I was a little concerned about you. I said, we haven't heard from Omar in weeks. And in Dade County, that area of Florida, the virus is running crazy.
Dade City's where I live at. Dade City.
Huh?
Yeah, man, Dade City's where I live at, but I live in Pasco County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, it's not.
Yeah,
okay.
man, because I've been away. I've been in the process of moving with my family, so I've been, so now we're, I got my place and everything. It's just been a lot going on. So I have been listening, man, about like a lot of like callers. So like I have been listening to your show. So and then I heard that George Kittle got paid, and that's not surprised because he was going to get paid eventually. So
it had to be before this week, though. That was the only scary thing because he couldn't risk his health and coming out and didn't get his extension yet because then he loses his leverage, right? And he can't go to another team. Well, he couldn't go to another team anyway this year, but still. So, man, that was scary. And they got it done 2 days early. Thank you, Niners. But Omar.
Also, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just say, let's say you get a load of today already. We've got numerous reports going on here today and everything. Your feelings on the first day of field practice?
Field practice.
No pads yet. Not till Monday.
I saw Kinlaw working the line. He was doing some drills, man. That guy's a beast, man. He's huge.
I mean, and he's fast.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, people saw DeForest Buckner. Buckner's, he's got finesse, quickness, and things like that. He's still a large man at 290, whatever, 295. I don't think he was that much over 3 if he was over 3, although he looked like it last year. But now you got Javon Kinlaw. He is extremely over 3. And he's probably got that a little more mental evil, mean. I could never get, Buckner was never mean. He was just talented. I think Kinlaw is somebody that's going to hurt you during the course of a game.
Yes. So,
And D Ford's lost weight, looking lean and mean. So we get the real D Ford this year. Bosa's feeling better than ever, as he stipulated, and had the offensive line was working hard today. And they got pads on yet, but still, I love it. Oh man!
Yeah,
What
man,
I'm sorry. Don't get carried away.
Hey, our team is loaded, man. Our team is loaded on offense. We're loaded on defense. I'm just happy that our team is loaded, and the job that these guys have done have drafted these guys, and they've been hitting home runs with every draft pick. So, I mean, these guys are on target, and plus they got that Jordan Reed from Washington, and him and I just saw some tape on him yesterday, like a YouTube video, and damn, that guy's pretty damn good. But he's just been hurt. He just hasn't been on the field. Plus, he's playing for Washington, and they're not great. So,
and you're being nice.
No, I'm just calling as I see it. Man, Washington's trash, man. They're trash. So, I mean, you're gonna put him in an offense with Kittle. I mean, it's like pick your poison, and that's why Seattle got Jamal Adams, and they try to compete with us. Like, we're playing mind games with them guys. Them guys are gonna be broke like the Rams, and they're not gonna. And then they're gonna be cutting players.
No draft, no first round picks. Hey, the Hawks fans say we never use our first round pick anyway. I mean, we picked too low in the draft, so it's just as good. Hey, Hawks fans, how about if you traded that first round pick and got some more mid round picks? That's not smart. I love it. Get rid of all your first-round picks. Get rid of the next 3 years' worth of first-round picks. There you go. Yeah, I like that. But anyway, I tell you, I like what I'm seeing developing as far as this team goes. I'm more worried about next year, but we could wait till next year about how many of these guys can we keep and Pete Carroll sign,
Yeah. I know that we got a lot of free agents coming up next year, but just like I said, it's like one season at a time. We got to worry about this season, but right now, and this current season coming up, our team is loaded, man. We have a loaded team on offense. I can't wait to see these receivers, like Brandon Ayuk. I can't wait to see him play. I can't wait to see Kinlaw get in there. And Kinlaw's going to be a difference maker, man. That guy's going to be nasty. So I'm kind of looking forward to the season to start already. I think the first game, what is the first game? September 13th?
13th. Mm-hmm. Cardinals.
And they're playing Buffalo.
Yeah, we do play Buffalo this year, but I'm not sure. Is that game 2? I haven't looked at the schedule in a long time. I know we play the Cardinals first.
Oh, the Cardinals. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. But
you're looking at the first game. Yeah, Cardinals are first. We open the season at home and play the Cards.
Man, it's going to be in Santa Clara.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I can't wait, man.
It seems Santa Clara has given the 49ers a green light on everything now, as long as some of the policies for the virus are all set up and have been approved, so everything's a go in Santa Clara now.
Yeah, but weren't they having problems or something? I guess the committee wanted the Niners out of there. There was some big politics.
Listen,
all these politics are going on. I don't know.
Every year, Jed York and the city of Santa Clara go through this bizarre drama that nobody understands, and it always happens at the same time, and then it lasts for a few days, and we never hear any more about it the rest of the year. I don't understand what is that about, and could they please stop it? It's an annual silliness that I don't understand. Jed seems to owe them money for security and other things like that. And why do they have to put it in the media? I don't understand. Would you guys work that out? It doesn't have to be made public. Just make a phone. I don't understand that. It's strange. So but that's what
it's like, what do you feel about the Niners selling Austin? I know that I watched him in college when he played for Cal, and he set all type of records over there. But he's up there in age, but
29. I like his quickness. Omar, you know how Richie James, his return skills, right? If we pick up Tavon Austin for a return guy, if nothing but that, I'm stoked because Richie's not an exciting return guy. Every time Austin, those kind of speedsters like that guy in New Orleans, they always they always get a little bit done, if something, because they give you good field position. Richie was Mr. Check, all right, fair catch, and then when we didn't make the catch, he really every now and then he got a little bit, but most of the time, and they stopped James at the 21-yard line. Oh, Richie. Whew, man, you could have called for fair catch. That's 4 yards short of what we could have got.
I did notice whenever he was catching kickoffs, he would run to the side and he would.
I know everybody. We all say the same
juke right,
thing.
Juke laughing. Yeah, juke right, juke left, and hit the
juke out of bounds. So that's why
I'm not trying to knock the guy. I'm just telling you what I see on
it's
TV.
What he
That's
did.
What everybody else sees.
We got. Omar, so good to hear from you. We got to go. I'm glad you settled in and everything. So we'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully you get back in here and let's continue.
All right. Hey, Ronbo, man, thanks for the platform. I really appreciate it, man. And I called in, and I want to give a big shout out to all the Niner faithful. Let's go Niners, man. Take care, Ronbo. Have a great night,
Omar.
buddy.
You have a good night.
You too, bud. Bye.
Bye. And Aguero, he said, I'm trying to get 2 tickets, but I don't think they are selling for the first game after my birthday on September 12th. Well, you can't get in the stadium right now anyway. I don't think they have fans. Ticket holders probably already know. There's some things on the site you probably need to check out because I don't think they're going to let anybody in. California, we had no chance. We're the hot spot. Florida, us. Man, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll let people in after a short while, or you're gonna have to do a certain few things, right? Put your body in a full body condom or something, I guess. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show. Come on in, show. This is this is unprecedented when you see the Big Show this often before. Show's all about the postseason activities. Show, come on, do what? Do we? What's going on with you?
Before I begin today's takeaway from the practice and everything that went on today, can I please be the first to defend Dante Pettis on here? I'm getting a little tired of the slander on him. At least he's not out there beating women or getting into trouble or things like that. We should be grateful for that.
Or driving cars at 125 miles an hour. Yes, you're true.
Yeah. We should be thankful that he's not a troublemaker or anything of that nature. And people tend to forget that he was on his way to a 600 to 700 yard season, I believe, in 2018. Before Jimmy Garoppolo went down. He put up almost nearly 500 yards that season and 5 touchdowns, and I think he would have had a little bit more if Jimmy hadn't gone down. And there's something there, I believe.
He can play.
I think
nobody ever said he couldn't play, though. He could play if he just would.
That's the thing, though. It's his psyche that's the issue that I hope he worked on this offseason. And unfortunately, he's not going anywhere, people. Okay, no matter how badly you want to get rid of him, no matter how badly you want to trade him, because that's a hit on our cap money that needs to go towards Kittle. You can't get rid of players like Solomon Thomas or Dante Pettis. And you have to look at the financial aspect of that part and realize that that's going to be a huge hit if we got rid of Solomon, and a little bit of a hit if we got rid of Dante Pettis too. The more money you keep, the better it is for Kittle. So,
his money, do you know how much money does Dante get? Because I know that Solomon's a $9 million guy.
I think Dante got about $6 million for 4 years or something like that. So
that's like
$1 million or 2 years or something like that.
That's 15 million. Years. Yeah, that's 15 million between Solomon and Dante.
So, but anyways, to the training camp that went on today, I was really excited to hear about Jermichael Hasty because he reminds me of a healthier Jerick McKinnon. He can he can catch the passes on the back out of the backfield. I heard he gained the most yards out of the running backs today when he was given the opportunity to get snaps under his belt. So that's exciting to hear. But I'm really I am most intrigued and really curious about what Jerick McKinnon does and why we gave him all that money. You know, like I kind of wrote him off a year ago.
Oh, so many people did.
Of his injury. Yeah, and then we decided to keep him, and he restructured his contract. And I said, okay, maybe there's still something in this guy, and I want to see what all that money went to. We outbid the Jets for and everything. So I'm really, really curious to see what he has to bring to the table and what he has to offer and everything. So, and as far as Juwan Jennings goes. That there's a reason why we drafted him. It's that dog in him that John and Jed and Kyle all said during I don't know if you watched the draft video when we picked him on all of our guys. Jed even pointed out that he loves the dog in him and he can't wait to see what he does for our team and everything. So he's not shy after contact. He likes getting hit, and that's what I love about him. And he's a yak monster. People tend to forget. So I think he's safe.
I mean, we've got so many masochists on this team. This is what I like the most. You know, they're just sick. You know, George Kittle goes out there looking for bodies to hit, and he's got the ball.
And I think Juwan Jennings is that same person.
Yeah,
you know, he's not afraid to get hit. He played. I love players in the SEC, Ronbo. I don't care what about any other conference, but the SEC is where all the players with the most dog in them come out of. They're not afraid to get hit.
Be careful.
They're not afraid to hit.
Dre hates that when we talk about the SEC being dominant and the premier conference of college football. Dre starts bringing up all the great players outside of the SEC that have done well. But Dre, I'm telling you right now, I'm talking about modern day Warriors, though, not way back in the day.
Modern, exactly. So yeah, and Brandon, and last point, Brandon Ayuk. Oh my God, I wouldn't be surprised if he's our first 1,000-yard receiver this year.
You know, it sounds like he's going to catch on fast. You heard about he's pretty professional already. I love it. If he catches on fast in Debo, look out!
Oh my goodness. And the only thing that I'm concerned about, Ronbo, is when we go into stadiums with no fans, whose team is it going to throw off the most? You know what I mean? Because we're a well-traveled team and everything, but when we go into Seattle, that crowd noise always affects us. And when there's going to be no crowd noise, I'm just curious. It's just going to be weird, you know? I don't know.
So
it's going to throw a lot of people off. And
but let me tell you. Here's the thing. Advantage 49ers, and that's not just an observation through gold and red glasses. The fact of the matter is, the 49ers offense is probably throttled just a little bit by the noise, but if everybody can hear every signal and every number and audibles, 49ers are going to ruin every defense they see. It's going to be bad. I've already given the 49ers a 40-point average throughout the first 4 weeks until the defenses catch up, but the offense is going to romp. You know, I see that coming.
Do we play in Dallas, or does Dallas come to us this year? Because I know they're having fans in their stadiums throughout the entire season, so they're not.
I think we go to Dallas. Actually, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Dallas can. They're not.
No.
They're not set up to beat the 49ers right now. They just don't have. No. How are they going to stop the 49ers offense? They can't. And then how about their offense? Are they going to be the defense going to be struggling with Dallas? I don't think so. Remember, that's a team that struggled last year against any team over 500.
They're secondary suspects, so they allowed most points. I think passing yards goes. So.
Too bad Texas boy isn't here to hear this. Oh, he is in here. As soon as we start talking about him, show, we got to go. Go ahead, go in there and work Texas boy. He ain't got no game.
Shout out to everyone. You all stay safe. You all know who you are. Take care, everyone. All right, good night.
Nice show. Always great to hear from show. Yeah. See, really, Fam, I'm not kidding. Look at the other teams in the NFL and the ones we got to play this year. Buffalo could be a little bit of a trick. The Cardinals, I don't like dealing with them. I worry about that, and I wish we didn't have to play them the first game of the season, honestly. But anyway, there's only about 2 or 3 teams I'm concerned about. Elliot,
Ronbo.
hey.
What's up, my guy?
Elliot, man, I'm sitting here, man. We're enjoying today's practice and a little bit of crumbs they threw out to us. Hungry 49er fans, and you hear good things about Ayuk. Trent Taylor needs to get his game together. He's not quite ready for prime time yet. Javon Kinlaw's out there looking like some kind of amongst the Avengers, you know how the Hulk you stand up. That's Javon Kinlaw standing out there looking good. And Jimmy G, 6 for 8 today, not bad. And you just heard about Jamal Hasty. Hasty's tearing up. Jarek McKinnon had a good day. We're looking good where we need to look good. Defensively, they didn't say much, though, other than Nick Bosa was out there. If the offensive line needed some work, Nick Bosa made sure they got it.
Right.
But Elliot, what are you feeling?
All right, so I'm sorry, sir. Listen, my whole main reason for being online today is, I want to talk about you.
Oh.
I want to say, man, I've listened to your show plenty of times. The young lady who was on today, I'm not sure if she's been on before, but I do believe she's been on before.
She has.
And I love the way that you treat her. You know, you treat her with respect, and you also treat her as if you appreciate a woman's insight as well as everyone's insight, So that's big to me.
Yeah.
I've listened to you talk to these guys who've been in the chat room acting up, and you have gotten on them, full force or whatever. Yeah. Look, you're not one of these hosts who, at the end of the day, you're not one of these hosts who just cares about just having ratings and this. I mean, I'm quite sure you do, but at the end of the day, you protect your customers. So
thanks.
You won't allow nobody to come on and be disrespectful and mess up the show that you got going on, the good thing that you got going on. Because I think that you realize the good thing that you got going on and you adore it yourself, along with a whole lot of us who appreciate what you are doing for people like us. And for me, listen, no matter what my day is like, man, I'll be so glad to hear you online. I was scared when I went online one time and I wanted to talk to you about Mosin and what he was talking about. And all. Like, when he asked for that trade, I was like, where's Ronbo? I got to talk to Ronbo. This is crap. And they were saying he gone fishing. What the hell? Is he okay?
I don't.
Is he okay?
If anybody tells you I went fishing, I do not be fishing, because I go out there and I go to sleep. Fish eats up all my bait, and that's all. I mean, fishing is like a relaxed sport.
When I saw you on a few days later, I was like, okay, Ronbo is okay. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? He
Thanks.
all right.
Thanks,
so
Elliot.
I appreciate everything that you do I appreciate the happiness that you give a whole, because I know a lot of people feel the same way I do. So I appreciate all of that. And not only that, no matter what we talking about, you don't never discriminate what nobody got to say. Like, you're like, okay, you giving people their word, and you're sympathizing with what they got to say. And you're not like just being like this guy who is totally biased, On top of everything, Ronbo, look, at the end of the day, I love all our 49er fans. I do. I listen to what they say. I respect what they got to say, especially Dre. I think he's a super stat guy. I don't think that he needs to rely on stats, but that's a whole different situation. I think he's right about pretty much 85 to 90% of what he talks about. But at the end of the day, I can rely on this. Man, you've been looking at football as long as I've been looking at football, or more than that. So you understand what it means to me to have this type of outlet. You know, like if I could do it, I would. But I can't do it better than you, bro. At the end of the day, I used to say, man, who is Ronbo? I'm trying to look at the game. Why they keep showing me Ronbo? But I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, ain't nothing better than the Ronbo show.
God, Elliot.
You know, so I appreciate all of that. Now, to quickly answer your question of what you're talking about.
And by the way, thank you, Elliot. Look, that was incredible.
No. You
thank
ain't got to thank me, bro. Listen, you don't have to thank me. I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you, and I'm thanking you with the same appreciation and feeling that I'm pretty sure 90% of your customer base is feeling. Because I hear them saying, hey, we appreciate what you're doing, giving us the platform, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't even about what happened today for me. For me, I'm just happy to hear you on. I'm happy to hear what you're doing for me. Like, you make me happy, bro.
Hey.
Real talk. And I'm quite sure you make a bunch of other people happy with having this platform to express how we feel.
Thanks, Elliot. Man, you made my day, Elliot. So, thanks, fam.
Look, you always make my day, bro. Even when I'm just listening to the story and ain't even got nothing to talk about or whatever, because I don't like to talk to them too much about when it comes to Jimmy G and all that other stuff, because at the end of the day, can't nobody name me 10 quarterbacks better than Jimmy J, and I don't want to talk. Now, as far as everybody else and what they doing or whatever else, hey, man, we miss what we doing. We supposed to be talking about what's going on in the preseason. We supposed to be talking about what Jalen Hurd doing, what Trent Taylor is doing, what Jerry McKinnon is doing, what Trent Williams is doing, and everybody else on the team that's doing what we want to see doing. That's what we supposed to be talking about. But preseason is gone, so we don't have that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, or whatever else like that. As far as what happened today, it's gonna happen. I just hope that everybody continue to get better. I hope everybody have the same mentality that I think the unsung hero of our defense and our team has, Tavon Williams, or Kayvon Williams. Am I saying this right?
Javon.
Our nickelback.
Kayvon Williams.
Kayvon Williams.
Yeah.
Which is continue to attack.
Gotta get it done.
Continue to attack. Don't stop that. Continue to attack what we are trying to accomplish. And as long as everybody got that, man, I think that we gonna be all right. And we gonna get this dub and this Super Bowl, and we gonna rejoice, and we gonna be happy, and we gonna be on your show. You ain't even gonna get a chance to finish your show. We gonna all be like, Ronbo!
Elliot, it's too much, Elliot. Elliot, we gotta go, fam. Elliot, you know I love you, man. Elliot, get back in here. I'll be looking for you tomorrow, okay?
I just want you to know I love you too. I love all our fans. I love our team. And I'm so glad that you do what you do. So regardless of what the subject is, I just wanted to talk about you, because at the end of the day, today for me, you were the most important thing of coming on for the third day in a row. I can't hope you come on Monday too, for Monday Raw and whatever else that you got going on, because I'm going to be right here with you, my guy.
Thanks, Elliot. Elliot, I'll be the sweetest dreams you've ever had in your life. Have a good night, fam. Thank you so.
You too, my guy, man. Have a good night. Let's do this shit. Revenge Tour 2020. We on. We ready.
Yes. Night, Elliot.
Night.
And the Smiley guy from Hawks, I don't know what okay, Smiley. There are certain words, yes, we do not allow. That's just a policy. It's not censorship. You define censorship by blanking out everything you say. That's not accurate. You're not being censored, Smiley. You just can't use certain words because some words they're not good. They sort of like bother a lot of people.
Ronbo, they should never do it anyway. Fuck it.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Anyway.
He keeps saying censorship. There's no censorship going on.
We don't care about that stuff. Be an adult. Be an adult. Be an adult. You can't be an adult. We don't want to talk. All right, I'm gone.
All right, Elliot. Good night. Me. Kelly Young. Hey, thanks, Kelly. He said, I appreciate everything you do for us, people. Salute, fam. Salute, fam. Thank you, Kelly. That contribution. Right. And Marvelous Marvin says, hey, how's it going? It's me, Johnny. I had a name change. Johnny. Marvelous. This name, though, I actually enjoy it. And my brother wanted to ask what you thought about robots playing football. I don't really, you know what? They can never get hurt. Well, they can be repaired real quickly. What I want, honestly, I'm serious. I want robot referees. I want computers out there because I don't want teams getting away with things. Well, if you take the human element out of the game, it's not going to be the same. You're damn right it's not. And we probably have a Super Bowl right now if it wasn't for the Vinovich. Gosh, if Bill Vinovich shows up for any more games. Oh, God. What if we would have had computers running around out there making calls? Oh.
Hey, you see he sped off.
Emilio.
Hello?
Emilio. Right here, Emilio. Are you conducting business? Yeah. Emilio, you're in charge down there, aren't you?
No, hell no. They don't like me in here.
That's the best kind of atmosphere you want to work in. Emilio, hey, you heard about practice today, huh?
Yeah, I heard. I watched the little interviews and conference calls with that.
So, what did you take from today's practice? The first day.
Well, I didn't watch too much. I just watched some of Shanahan and Lynch and
their interviews.
They were
the post.
They're just the interviews, just what they were talking about. How they thought everything's pretty good. Everybody's hungry. Mostly questions about Kittle, talking about his contract. Everybody was going towards that. All the reporters were talking about Kittle, like, oh, how's it feel to get Kittle's job? Get Kittle a contract. Everybody was like, oh, it's great. We was working out. We wanted to keep him here for a long time. It was just regular talk about that. I got to watch some of the video, more of the highlights of the video there about.
But you mentioned. But you mentioned something that's very interesting because here's the fact of the matter is, with all the energy being spent on George Kittle's contract, it may have taken away from some of the things because it's going to affect meetings that Kyle's having and some of the. It's a bump that's making the road a little rough. The 49ers might be a little. I don't know what they can improve upon, but when you spend a lot of energy on a problem like that, it tends to draw all the oxygen out of every room. I'm glad it's over when it was over, because if we went into the season like this, Emilio, that would have been deadly. Deadly. Because that's the trend. Remember how Trent Baalke used to keep stuff going every year? We go into the season with people fighting and arguing and somebody else. Someone wouldn't be about money. It'd be just Trent and Harbaugh fighting. And then the cap situation got in. I got so tired of that. Oh, I think it had something to do with us losing games.
Well, that too, but it's just mostly it's because one, it's like a kind of record-breaking contract for a tight end. No tight ends gotten that pay. So I understand why they're trying to keep bringing it up. Why they asked Kittle, they asked Kyle, and they asked Lynch. But, I understand. Like I said, no tight ends gotten this kind of money, so it's understandable. He deserves it for one. I mean, anybody that goes in the NFL deserves to get paid, because if you think about it, they've been playing their whole life since Pee-wees or high school or whatever. They've been playing their whole life. So mostly to me, anybody that gets into the NFL deserves to get paid. Even if you think you're a bust, like you've been doing that your whole damn life, you need to get paid. So he well deserves it, especially him.
Mm-hmm.
Top 7 player out of 100. So that's what he deserves it.
Milo, if you could go back and do the draft again, we would have picked George Kittle first in 2017. It's funny. Hindsight's always 2020. But the thing is, you go back in 2017, you get George Kittle in the first round with the number 3 pick. It's amazing if you could just see in the future who you don't need and who you do need. It'd be unfair. It wouldn't be interesting anymore. But George Kittle with the first pick in the first round, and in the second round, you don't even need to trade up for Reuben Foster. You can go ahead and go to the second round. If you want to trade down, because the rest of the rounds, other than the first round of 2017, was straight money. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, it's like it'd be great. I mean, usually we tell what player would work out and who wouldn't if we could do that. But I know, Shanahan was high on him when he first picked Kittle, but he was like, okay, I want to get him, but he in a way he was kind of if you know what he wanted him, but in a way he was like, well, I don't want to pick him too high because if he doesn't work out,
It's no big deal,
it's not
right?
worth
Yeah.
It's no. So now when he picked him, like,
and Milo,
it's not a
they
big
were,
deal. It worked out.
but they weren't even looking for a tight end. They went over there to see C.J. Beathard. And George just happened to be the guy out there making great catches, which is hilarious. George is an accident. If he didn't show up that day or something like that, we never would have known anything about what George Kittle's is. He is. That's crazy.
Of course, none of us knew who the hell Kittle was. Maybe a few men, but for the most part, nobody knew who the hell Kittle was. And who the hell is Kittle? I didn't know who the hell Kittle was when he first got him. I'm like, okay, he looks pretty good on highlights, but what can he do? Finally, we see what he started doing. I'm like, oh shit, he's an awesome tight end. Sometimes what's his name? Kittle does remind me of Shannon Sharp at times.
Who?
Shannon Sharp.
Oh yeah. Yes, one of the greatest, if not the greatest tight end as far as stats go, is of all time. Yeah. Because when you got that,
it's more of like the fun, happy, loving guy that likes to joke around, does his job when he needs to, talk shit on the field, likes having fun. That's just how Shannon Sharp is. Just the same way. When it's time to get to work, he gets to work, but he loves to joke around. Same way as Kittle. Tell him to, you need to do what you need to do. You get to it, but you like joking around. So we kind of need that with Kittle like that, a guy like that.
And he doesn't like the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, hey. He knows why. Damn well you know why we don't like the Cowboys. It'd be a problem. That and the Rams. You can tell he doesn't like the Rams either. Those are like our biggest rivals. He got that quick. Like, hey, we don't like these teams. Get that and figure that out and understand that. We don't like these teams at all, no matter how long you've been on the team.
I'm trying to think of a team that I used to hate that I don't pay much attention to anymore. But I still hate every team I've ever hated. The Rams, the Cowboys, and the Seahawks only recently. Because
that's what, Go ahead.
No, I just saying because the Seahawks just got into the picture. That's the millennial team. Nobody paid no attention to the Seahawks before then. So the thing is.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. So,
Because what's funny, right? I got a few buddies that are Raider fans. They were like, no.
Oh, Raiders, right.
This place since day one. When the Raiders were, when the Seahawks were in their division, they said, oh, Seattle it's always been that way. They were like, the fans talk so much shit. Not to prove anything. And the Raiders had already won 3 Super Bowls at that time, and they're like, man, they talk so much shit to be a team that do nothing. I said, that's horrible. I said, even Raider fans don't like the Seahawks. They're like, man, it's just you understand. It's mostly their fans. Yeah. They hype it up so much. Like, you dudes barely done anything, and you guys want to hype up. I was like, come on, man. At least the Rams have something. Well, beforehand had something on them. I'm like, man, at least they had a Super Bowl. You guys just talk shit just to talk shit. I said, God.
And that's just and non-stop. Emilio, go ahead. I'm going to see you tomorrow, fam. All right?
All right.
All right. Be looking for you. All right. Night, Emilio. And hey, John, come on in, John.
Hey, Ronbo. What's happening, brother?
John, just having fun going over some of the details of the day. And I tell you, within the weeks to come, we've only got a short amount of time to get these guys whipped into shape. It's going to be interesting to see. Because you hear about Trent Taylor having a little bit of an issue today, but that's kind of normal for a guy that's been off as long as he has. And
yeah, actually,
yeah,
I did see. I heard about it, and I enjoyed Dre's recap
rundown.
Today. That was pretty good insight. That was awesome. But honestly, I noticed today a little bit when Kyle was doing his interview. I noticed that he wasn't. I didn't feel like he was as positive on Trent's return. I don't know if anybody else caught it, It was kind of like.
I'm going to go back and look again and see, because I wasn't that focusing in that close into his emotional response and things like that. But yeah, but what do you think from that?
I mean, I didn't want to read into it. I don't want to read into it too much because, I mean, it could be nothing at all. But it's just that Ronbo, there's things that just things about Trent's return that worry me. That, for example, he's rusty, and we know that. Yes, but this is a rare season, and there's not enough time for you to catch up. You either got to be there or you don't. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he may work this out or he may not. What if he's behind the 8 ball the entire time? Does that worry you at all?
Yeah, no, because I can apply that worry to just about everybody on the team except for a couple of guys. Because you know George Kittle's going to be George Kittle. Jordan Reed's a polished pro. You know, the running backs, I don't worry about any of them. I don't know. Trent Taylor, he's a good football player, and he has been for a long time. I'm pretty sure all we're saying is Trent Taylor getting his act back together.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I truly do.
I mean, because
I do. I don't want to see him cut. I don't want to see him not.
No, I
want to see him.
So, yeah. I do. You know what's so funny, though, that you mentioned that, though, because now that Tavon is, and Tavon is the kind of guy that if you were going to have to, if you just couldn't find a way to keep Trent, you know, we got 2 or 3 guys everybody can run out of the full tree, even Mrs. Pettis' child. But, you know, Trent is very good at it, and if I want to put somebody in a slot, actually, for that short, quick move and explosion from the line of scrimmage, he is, without a doubt, the most talented and most best equipped to get that done. So if Jimmy needs a quick out, if a defender is getting through, he'll never make it before Jimmy gets rid of that ball. And Taylor will be right there to get it because he's already in and out of his route. So he'll be all right. I'm pretty sure he'd be all right. If I had to bet on it, John, I'd say he'll be fine.
Okay, good, because that's a concern. I hope he hasn't. You know, I hope
this time next week. This time next week, let's see what he looks like.
Okay. So did we sign both Tavon and JJ?
Yeah, they're signed up. You know, because you got to be signed up before you can get into this particular session of training camp, right? So everybody out there has been signed. Yeah, we'll see.
See, I thought it was going to be one or the other, but it ended up being both.
For now.
That's pretty great.
Well, you know, because they can both be cut in 2 or 3 weeks. But, I mean, now they want to get a good look at these guys. If you had to bet, though, John, are one of them going to be kept or both? Because I keep wondering, what are you doing, Kyle? I know you want a speed merchant. Well, one of those guys is going to stay.
I would hope that if we see Tavon Austin very similar to Trent Taylor, then Taylor gets back on the horse and he's good to go. Then I hope we stick with Nelson for that over the top. I believe Nelson has that. What did we say? He was like 4.3, 4.2,
4.28. I mean, he can blaze.
How old is J.J. Nelson? Does he still have that 4.2?
I was going to look that up after the show because I thought about that. He's not that old. He's not near 30. He may be 26 or 27 at the most.
Cool, because then he's probably still got his speed. So that would be awesome, Ronbo. I would hope that we stick with the guy that can blow the top off. That's what we need. That's what we need.
I got to agree because that's the element. You stretch the field out with Kyle Shanahan, and he will cut a team up like a surgeon.
Right. Where would Ayuk play? Is he going to be slot / like number? What is he? Third? Where do we have him?
He hasn't established.
Think he'll be coming in on certain packages.
Yeah, for now, probably as a rookie, they're going to bring him along slowly because he hasn't established himself as his status is yet to be established, right? So you got to wait. We'll see what he does and what effect. When you see him getting a large number of snaps like Debo did last year, remember that point when Debo started taking over and became a premier of that offensive attack? It took about 6 weeks, right? 7 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like we saw him break out like around week 8.
Thanks, Prime Jet. Nelson's 28. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like we saw Ronbo. Yeah, I think we saw him Ronbo around week 8. I think he became a completely different player. It was insane. Like he just became. I don't know. He just changed. He was. We knew what he had. He put all the pieces together, Ronbo, and they clicked, and it was awesome.
His moves
I hope
came better.
Ayuk is similar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems, honestly, by what we're reading, it seems like Ayuk might be a step ahead of Debo. This guy is like, as Shanahan said, he comes out there, he knows exactly what you need to prepare for the day. He gets out there and he does things in a very professional manner. Yeah. Already, he's not reminding anybody of a rookie. And that says something. Because I think Debo did last year for a while, until Sanders showed up and it made everybody show up. Once we got a grown-up in the room, then you seen these guys fall in line, which was very interesting because I didn't know that was an issue. When you got Wes Welker and some of those other guys.
Who brings that uncle? Who brings that uncle, man, to the locker room? Is it going to be Tavon Austin, J.J. Nelson? Do they have that leadership? You know, they've never been there before, and Emmanuel Sanders was. So I really hope we can find some veteran presence to help these guys. And maybe Ayuk doesn't need it. Maybe he'll just catch up. Maybe he's a quick learner.
Mm-hmm. You know, you've got that now, though. Kendrick Bourne somewhat takes care of that. You got George Kittle. There's any number of guys that carry themselves in a fashion that it's like it's contagious, you know. I don't think it won't be a situation like it was last year. I think this year you've got enough maturity in there. And even Debo is carrying himself in a mature fashion. At the beginning of the season, you could see some of that is part of being he's almost virtuous about it, right? The way he was talking.
Oh,
so these guys.
I mean, just the experience getting there, Ronbo. Just the whole season as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a lesson for everyone. So I guess I think they all got a little bit, you know, to share, you know, and
that's what going a whole year like that, a full year like that, and winning does for you. John, again, we're always having too good of a time. It runs out. See you tomorrow, okay?
My man, Ronbo, you're spoiling me with these days, bro. This is fantastic. I love it. I love it. Ronbo,
Thanks,
I love you, brother. Thank you for everything
love
you do,
back.
my friend.
All right. Safe. Looking forward to tomorrow, too.
Take care. Good night, my man.
You too.
Got it. Good night.
All right, look at this. It's Santana.
What's up, Ronbo?
Dun, 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 dun. Santana, man, I've been for you in a long time, man.
What's going on?
Been really,
I know, man. Been super busy, man. How you doing?
But you've been healthy. That's the thing. Don't. I was getting ready. Please don't tell me I'm just getting rid of COVID. God, that's just killing me. But Santana, you know, practice started today. Looks like we're getting ready to have a season. You know what my biggest fear was weeks ago? And actually, I was trying to tell myself, nah, man, NFL, they can't stop the NFL. I was worried because the NBA hadn't started yet. Baseball was not looking like it was ever going to start. And all of a sudden, baseball, NBA, we're learning to work with this disease. We're playing ball. And 49ers out there working out today. Tell you, Santana, man, I feel like I've like snorted like 17 lines.
My man.
You know, I love it, man. They're going to be some football. Hey, 49ers first day was a little bit like you might expect. Some guys look good, and others need to get busy and get back in sync. But we'll find out Monday when they put on the pads anyway. Today was just touch football, so nothing to take from that. But the enthusiasm's out there, Santana. Did you check out any of the footage today or anything? What do you think?
Yeah, bro. I saw some of the footage today, man. They look good, man. I saw Jimmy G walking out with Brandon Ayuk and a couple, and then Quan Alexander, you know, hitting the field and stuff like that. Man, I'm just excited for these guys and for this team and the organization. I was just thinking, man, that you know, we're obviously heading the right direction because if you think about it, you know, when we had, Chip Kelly, and then we had what's the other guy's name? I can't remember his name, with the mustache, big fat dude.
You mean Ron Jeremy Jr.?
Yeah, I hated that guy, man. I didn't like him as a coach.
Jimmy T, he wasn't. God, Harbaugh. I mean, not Harbaugh, but man, Trent had because he's a good friend of the family. They hired him. He's not qualified to be a head coach. Jimmy T is a line coach, a great one, but he wasn't a head coach. Yeah.
So it was just a mess, when all that was going on. There was no direction. The team had no identity. They hadn't had a clue what to do, and finally, they obviously got Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, and they signed them right away to what was like a 5-6 year deal, like just to show, like, obviously you guys are going to have to rebuild this team, and whatever happens between that timeline, you guys are you guys have a platform, a solid base to build on, and there's no pressure that you guys have to get some wins right away. And so they kind of gave him a little cushion to think about what they actually, like Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, wanted to do. And a result of that, now they got another extension, that first 6 years or 5 years was to rebuild a team and find an identity. Now that they have that, now they re-signed John Lynch and Kyle, to go for the Super Bowls, so so I'm excited for it, and
you're right.
I'm happy,
you can see the whole right from the beginning. The aim was, let's go back and get involved, become relevant, and win the Super Bowl, not just win. Yeah,
and now and obviously we put ourselves out there. And I mean, there's still doubters out there that think we were just a one-hit wonder, but I honestly do not believe that, because for one, we have a hell of a coach in Kyle Shanahan, man. He's a great play caller, and not only that, man, we have great players around us. They're just hardworking kids, and then we have some veterans mixed in, like Trent Williams and Richard Sherman, that can help them develop. So I'm excited for this, and
Jordan Reed,
and stuff like that. But
we got a lot of veterans in perfect positions.
Mm-hmm. And I forgot about Jordan Reed too. I remember I had him on my fantasy team a couple of years ago when Kyle Shanahan was the head coach, play caller for that team. He was putting up a hell of a points on fantasy football. I remember that. But yeah, man, he's a great addition. Definitely a great addition to the team. I'm happy because that way, we don't beat up George Kittle. We don't put him out there as much. And I mean, obviously he's going to be out there, but I'm saying, like, he doesn't have to do all the workload and risk him getting injured, So now we have someone to kind of like, give him a little help. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
just watching. Yeah, but just watching, man, the like everybody come back, like you said, it's like feel like it's North Seven Lions or cocaine. I mean, I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, man, I'm excited for the team, bro.
Oh. And Santana, you should be, man. You got a lot to look forward to, like we do. Because, like, I'm trying to think of another team that's actually going to, if you're not talking about the Chiefs or the Ravens, the Cardinals worry me to death. That team scares me. There's only 4 teams or so, and Buffalo's going to be up challenged to some degree. The conference, any fears of the Hawks, I think that's over now. I really do. Because the Hawks now, they're not designed anymore to. Last year, they dealt with a young 49er team that was up and coming. They're not up and coming anymore. The 49ers have arrived. So, now the Hawks aren't going to deal with them this year. They can go out and get Jamal Adams and anybody else they want to get. They're not structured right to deal with the 49ers. I'm trying to think of a team. The Rams are done. So, the 49ers, I can't see them losing too many games.
Yeah, no. Ronbo, look, Arizona, obviously they're a great team. But I still think that, Kyler Murray, he's a playmaker for sure when he's out there in the field. But they're still a team that they still got to, like, find their identity. They got to like mesh together. Still, I think there's too many young players in that team, and
that's
you know,
Santana. See, that's it though. Now you have Fitzgerald still going to hang out, and now they added D-Hop. You know, the running back last year that they had. We may be able to deal with that a little better this year. They have certain elements that create a matchup problem. Santana, you know how some teams aren't necessarily better than you, but they create matchup issues? This is what I'm worried about. Yeah. See, that's...
No, definitely. Arizona, I feel like, is probably the biggest threat to our division. Yeah. You know, and you know, and the Seahawks, man, they're only good because they have Russell Wilson. You know, they rely so much on that guy. If it wasn't for Russell Wilson, man, that he makes plays, like I think he's a good quarterback and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I feel like the Seahawks are like that like a car, man, that have that check engine light, you know, and they just keep ignoring it, you know, because they need other players in other different positions. They want to keep going, you know, but you know they keep buying these luxury parts that they don't need in the car. They need to address, you know, the check engine, which means getting a better O-line for Russell Wilson, a running back, or you know whatever it is. They went out there and got what's his name again?
Jamal Adams. You know,
Jamal Adams. You know,
fam, Santana, we got to pull up though, fam.
They went a lot.
I'm gonna be back tomorrow and the next day. All right, fam. Be looking for you.
Yeah, Ronbo. Oh man, you got me excited, man. I could have kept going, but
I know.
All right, Ronbo, you have a good one, man.
Because we can talk football.
Be safe, man.
Thanks, you too, fam. Night, Santana.
All right, man. Take care. What's up, man? All right, later.
Hey. Thanks, fam. Night. Hey, Leon.
What's up, Ronbo? How's it going, man?
Yeah, good to hear from you again, too, man. Hey, you know, we got a first thing under the belt, and now just rolling straight ahead. And I got to tell you, Leon, I heard about how they go about testing people. Fred Warner, you don't even get to come in, man. They have you out way away from everybody else, man. You got to run through the testing and this and that, and then you can come up in the building, you know? It's good. You cannot contaminate that whole locker room at one time. I was worried about that at the beginning of the year. So, you know, we got the guys out there. I'm pretty confident they're going to stay healthy all year. If somebody drops out, we got so much depth this year, Lee. Oh, we got depth. You know what? I ain't even worried about Jimmy. If he has to stay out a couple of games, I got Nick in there. With the game and surrounding talent he got around him, you'll be fine. You know, the only thing we can't replace used to be George Kittle. What if now it's like, George, take off a little time. It's the Jordan Reed and Company show. Just Leon, this team, man. Well, I ain't talked to you since we got all this talent. What's up? What do you think about today?
Well, I'm like you, Ronbo. I wasn't as excited about the season with everything going on. Speaking of testing, I had a couple of people at my job test positive, so I had to go out for 2 weeks, go through the whole testing process, came back negative. So it kind of had me like, you know, are we really going to have a season? So I wasn't as excited, but now that I see the guys out at practice today, I watched Grant Combs, I guess I'm saying his last name right.
That's right.
His summary of what happened at practice, and then the one person that made me more excited than anything was Brandon Ayuk. Because all that does,
he is the dude.
It gives us another one. Like Debo, we know is solid. Now we get him. If Jalen Hurd pans out to be what we all think he is, then we have, you know, we have Jawan Jennings. I heard everybody talking before about Trent Taylor. I mean, it's sad because he's had so many injury issues, but I wouldn't like lose sleep if he ends up not coming back, him or Dante.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just being honest, Ron.
No, I hear it. I mean, you know, it's we got so many players now, Lee. You know, one or two guys removed is not going to take away from that potency. It's just about who can beat out who. That means you have to extend yourself. If the guy next to you is just as valuable to this team as you are, it's about who wants it the most, right? So if Taylor gets beat out, he gets beat out. Anybody, that goes for everybody on the team right now.
That's right. But I think Kendrick's going to be fine. I mean, watching all of his pre-camp videos. He seems like he's really focused. I'm not really worried about him. Solomon Thomas, I think, is on a bubble. I just
He
think
can't
people
leave,
got to
though.
step up, man. We finally have a team with enough depth and enough talent at one position that cats are gonna have to they're gonna have to bring their A game. Oh, and that other dude
Every day in practice too. You can't. Ain't no time off. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Ronbo! They said Hasty. They said he's not making one cut. He's making like multiple cuts. I said, they're in trouble, man. They're in trouble, Ronbo. So it's about to be fun. I think we're gonna have a good season.
True.
Fun.
How do you feel about Jeffrey Wilson Jr.? Okay, see, here's the thing. We got too many running backs, and now it sounds like we got too many talented running backs. I don't want to say nothing about TC. I'm going to say something about TC. If I got Jamal Hasty looking like that, I already know what Mostert can do. Jack McKinnon, there's a plan for him. That's 3 right there. Leon, what's he going to do?
TC might have to go, bro.
Oh, I didn't say it. Leon did.
That's just the truth, man. They're saying this kid Hasty is a problem. They're saying this dude, they said he's like something else. So, and we're not going to get rid of Jeff Wilson Jr. We
I don't
know
want
what he
to.
can do.
The human highlight reel. Wilson comes in, he gets 3 snaps in the game. One of them's going to be on ESPN News. That's just what he does.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, I don't know, Ron. It finally feels good to have a complete team. And we haven't even talked about the offensive line. This thing's about to get real scary. If they thought they were scared of us last season, they ain't seen nothing yet. I know Kyle's probably up all night.
And that team went 13-3.
Right. I know you man, if we can see Kyle's office, he probably got plays all taped up on the wall, stuff on the floor. He probably got papers everywhere.
Yes, you know he does. Because now he's not limited with talent. He has endless talent. He can do anything he wants to do. And don't let Ayuk look like what he looks like now going into this season. He may expand. Oh, man.
He's probably writing stuff on napkins and paper bags. And who knows? He's having a field day. So it's about to be fun, Ronbo. It's about to be a fun season. We just have to pray that everybody remains healthy. That's the main thing. Because football is not like every other sport. We can't have the whole offensive line out or the whole defense.
I know, right?
But as long as everybody remains healthy, we should be good.
That's true. They got so many offensive linemen now, it's ridiculous. And after the NFL, the Players Union already, they've expanded the CBA, a lot of policies in the CBA, right? Now you got 55. You hear 55? I think it's going to be a 55-man roster this year. The stipulation is you do have to carry an extra offensive lineman. And that's important for the game. So, we got offensive linemen all over the place. You walk into the 49 facility now and you see a guy, you're an offensive lineman, right? Yeah. Yeah, all of us are. It's about 20 of you guys here, man. What's up? Yeah. The 49ers are stocking up on the offensive line.
Man, I just had to tap in with you, Ronbo. It's been a minute, man. So I just had to tap in.
I'm glad you tested negative. All right.
Me too, Ronbo. Me too, man. You stay healthy as well, man. And, it wouldn't be right if I didn't end it like I always do, Ronbo.
Oh, here
Niners since a minor was a nation to an empire. That's all I got to say. 14-2. I'm going to call it 14-2.
Man, it is. It's been said.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night,
talk to you later.
man. All right.
All right, now, this conversation going on in the chat. Now, come on now. Jordan Reed, I don't know that he's better than Kittle. I think that's too much, okay? In fact, George said he likes watching Jordan, and he says maybe he could teach Jordan some things himself. I got a kick. You saw the presser, right? When Kittle said that, I almost laughed. He says, George, you go teach Jordan Reed some things. But you could learn some things from Jordan. Jordan can learn some things from George Kittle. I wouldn't say that Jordan Reed is better than Kittle. I almost put them potentially on equal ground at this point in Reed's career. 503 is the area code. Yo! 503. Who is the... You knew it was coming, right? 503 area code. We're looking for you. 503. Come in for at 503. Paging 503. 503. Area code 503. Come to the front desk. Who is that? Hello? I heard somebody. Did you lose him? All right. Let me go get Jamel. Jamel!
Hey, there he is, the voice of 49 of radio. What's going on, Ryan?
Jamel. Hey, good to hear from you, Jamel.
That's you.
You know,
Jamel, that's you.
It's a festive day due to the camp got started today. And, you know.
All right.
It's all green grass, paved roads. Yeah, Jamel, you know what's so funny? I have to stop underestimating every team in the NFL. I'm sure Brother Teams saying, and we got fans in the chat, man, these 49er fans disrespecting everybody like this, man. You'll get their butt handed to them, and the fans going to be crying them crocodile tears. You know, Jamel, how do you feel about this team right now, as much as you may have heard or seen today? What do you think?
We are loaded like a baked potato and all this chicken.
Jamel, your connection, are you in the same place you always are? Your connection's going up and down.
Hold on, let me see if I put my
Okay, now that's better already.
All right. Yeah, we too loaded, we too hungry. We here with
Jamel,
yes.
you had it for a second and then you lost it. What are you using? Are you using Bluetooth or something?
No, I'm headphone.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see if it gets better. Okay, go ahead, continue. Jamel, okay. Jamel, your connection is not working. Let's see. I'm not sure what we can do about this. Because it's.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, go ahead, continue.
Okay, hold on, let me see. Can you hear me now?
Well, yeah, that's pretty good. If it stays that way.
Okay.
All right, let's see what happens. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I just think that we're just too hungry, man, for it. We got the pizza. We got a taste of the championship. I know what Kyle Shanahan is doing. He got his pieces. He got his toys. Now we just rock and roll. The first day went good, I hear. Then we wait for Monday. We hit the pads and we see who really wants it.
And that's the bottom line, because when you got that much talent out there at the same time, some of them are equal to each other. It's whoever you got to beat your guy out next to you. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you just got to make it happen. This is why when I pick on certain players, because they haven't shown a lot of heart. Not a lot of heart, but you figure they realize the situation they're in, they better go for it. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. But what do you think?
Oh, well, we'll see come Monday.
Yeah.
We will see come Monday. So, and for all the other, I mean, look, I respect all the other 31 teams, but just letting y'all know, as Stacey King was saying, the Bulls, y'all got one coming. And if you ever got the what do you call it, the memo, it's coming.
They got it last year, actually, especially during the playoffs. Until we got to the Super Bowl, 49ers was just terribly tough, just killing people. So.
Yeah, but now we know what we're doing, and we know
right?
what we want.
Exactly my feeling. Now, ain't no more children out there. They actually know what they're doing now. So that's what I'm saying.
Yep,
How's the team going to stop that?
They won't. They won't be able to stop it. That's why we laughing at these ninjas.
Hey, and Jamel, remember Nick Bosa had an ankle issue in the first 2 or 3 weeks. Bosa had 9 sacks on a year filled with mistakes. He left about 3 or 4 sacks on the field. Jameis Wilson, remember Jameis Winston the first game clowned him on that 1 sack he should have had? He talked about it after the game. Jamel, how many sacks you figured Bosa is going to get this year?
Now we got Kinlaw in the mix. We got D Ford, and now it's like you can't focus on him now. You can't double team him, triple team on Bosa. After like last year, that man's gonna have another field day. I'll feel it. Yeah, I'm all about that.
12 minimum.
Ooh,
Bosa gets 12 sacks this year minimum. It could get more. He's worked on some extra techniques. He told everybody how much he feels better coming this season than last season. A healthy Nick, if he stays healthy all year, that's 12 sacks. And that's, easily.
Very easy.
Mm-hmm.
That boom, that young man gonna be. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. But
I can't wait.
With that group though, Nick may. I don't know. D Ford's back. And when I say back, he said his knee is feeling fine. Somebody said he's out there looking svelte and in shape. He was a little fat last year. Javon Kinlaw, man, this is going to be interesting to see. I may have went too far. Okay, give Nick 11 sacks because he's going to have to share. There's only one quarterback.
Right. I know Kinlaw's well. Hold on there, buddy. Let me show you what I can do. Let me show you why y'all picked me in the first round. So
it's a pecking order, though. It's like a wolf pack attacking, man. There's only one prey. Who's going to eat first is the thing. The alpha. Hey, Jamel, who is the alpha dog on that defensive line right now?
Oh, guys, I know, man. Oh, wow, that's a good one, Ronbo. I'm not so far. See, his first full season now, Nicky B. It could be. I think they feed off each other. I do. I think they feed off each other. Probably Nick.
Yeah, Nick's not. He's too young to be the alpha just yet. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Eric Armstead.
Oh, okay.
Because Armstead is the old guard now. He's and D Ford. The two guys on the edge. These guys are they're the attack dogs. But the guy in the middle, I'm gonna give it to because I would have gave it to Buckner if he was still here. It's Armstead.
Right.
This is just my opinion. We'll see. Because he's going to take that leadership. We'll see. Jamel, let me see you tomorrow too, fam. I'm glad to hear you feeling good.
I will be back tomorrow.
All right. We'll see you then.
All right. God bless.
Yeah. You too, fam. If you had to name the dog that's largest and in charge of that defensive line, it's probably AA, ain't it? 503, you're in Oregon. Come on in, Oregon. Uh-oh, I heard a sound. Can 503 be coming? 503? All right. Matt S.
Hey, Ronbo. What's going on, man?
Man, we're just sitting up here having a good time, looking at that talent and trying to understand when you have that much of an assembly of talent, who's going to emerge from that crowd of just tough players that all of them got skill. Even Dante's got extraordinary skill. We pick on Dante because he doesn't apply himself all the time. But there's no weak links out there. Solomon Thomas has talent, but there's just something that needs to be addressed and fixed to make him a thoroughbred. But otherwise, man, who's going to make this team? And they all showed it today. Showed up, the enthusiasm and stuff. But what do you think about what you heard today?
I didn't even hear much, honestly, Ronbo. I just was trying to catch up with you guys, kind of hear everything. But I don't know. I'm just listening to everybody talk, and it's just, we're so deep. I mean, when it comes to getting rid of people, who do you get rid of, and who do you work on? And we're dangerous. But then you mentioned something that made me cringe. And every time somebody mentions the Arizona Cardinals, man, I just kind of,
they've got a
they're
symbiote.
tough.
Yeah, the only thing is they lack an offensive line. But when you when people say that, I say, yeah, but when you got Kyler Murray,
yeah,
your offensive line could be
goodness.
minimal, and he can still do much damage. I'll never get over that run he
He's
did
got
last
some nice
year.
weapons.
Yeah, and he's got some great weapons, Oh, man.
And they always play us tough. Even if they don't have a great season, they always play us tough. And that's just kind of just a divisional thing. You just kind of, everybody deals with it.
Yeah, we barely beat them twice. That last-minute score we got when we played them at Levi's, that only happened in the closing seconds. We picked up a fumble and ran it in. But otherwise, I was nip and tuck for 4 quarters.
Give me a heart attack.
Oh, man.
And you also talked about who's going to emerge, too. You guys talked about Bosa. I don't know. He had a great year. I think he might step it up again. I think he might level up every year for a while. I mean, I think he's going to grow.
He talked about the things he learned, too. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I want to get better at, though?
We have a bright future.
You know how they were chipping Bosa right and left. Every game plan was, if you're running a route, no matter what you're doing, hit Bosa. I seen Nick get a couple of chippy shots. I got scared because I thought they hurt him. Remember that time he got up holding his ribs because of some a-hole hit him with a mid-section shot perfectly?
Oh, yeah.
I said, oh, man, that hurt. Nick didn't see that coming. He's got to keep an eye out for those things. Yeah, he is.
Well, there was what was it a play against the Panthers where I think he got chop blocked and then got back up and then intercepted the ball as it was coming out of the quarterback's hands. And I'm just like, man, what a beast! I mean, how much energy do you have to do that game to game?
Oh God!
I mean, he's just a freak of nature.
He is. I mean, if the rest of the pack, remember they got there, Nick's running down the field against the Panthers. If those guys could have got there just a split second sooner to clear a path, Nick gets a touchdown. But you imagine a pick six as a defensive lineman?
Oh, my goodness. That's great.
Amazing.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Matt, you're Bend, Oregon, Matt, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
How's the weather up there?
It was warm today. It was 98 today.
It's crazy.
A nice little fire at the north end of town a little while ago. So it kind of got close to some homes, but it looks like we got a hold on it.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of woods. Beautiful country. I got a friend who lives in Salem. I used to go and visit. Couldn't wait to get to his place.
I can see the mountains from here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, buddy. Yeah, and I could hear you getting on 503 too. So that's from the Portland area. So whoever that was, I don't know.
Well, there's a Hawks fan that's been trying to call in here. He's been threatening.
Oh no!
Hey, Smiley, is that you? Smiley's been. Somebody says, "Hey, Ronbo, man, you guys take phone calls from other fans." I don't know why people. We get other fans. Matt, you've heard people calling here. We put up with Rudy.
Oh yeah.
Texas boys called in. I'm not afraid to talk to other fans. I do it. Sometimes I spend extraordinary amounts of time on Twitter arguing with those people that I shouldn't be spending time on because they don't know anything about football.
No. Well, there's one guy that comes in every now and again. I don't know if it's Rudy or not, but he's cordial half the time.
It's Rudy. Yeah, Rudy comes in and makes you mad, and he's very polite about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you want to hate him, but you can't hate him all the way.
Can't. Yeah, Rudy, there you go. You're getting props. Ram fan.
Hey, buddy.
And Apex Shaver says he lives in the Bend, Oregon area. Yeah. Right.
Oh, nice.
Matt, you're on the chat, aren't you? Yeah. Maybe you guys can get together and have a brewski, So, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anybody. I tell people about you, but I don't know anybody in particular that listens. So,
there's
not a whole lot of Niner fans here.
Though there is, though. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking of how close are you to Portland?
I'm about 2 hours away.
Okay.
There's a lot of Hawks fans here.
Yeah, there's a huge contingent of 49er fans in the Portland area because they always show up. They line both sides of the street for a long distance as the 49ers are driving in to the facility, right? So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? It's the Seattle Niner faithful. Yeah, Matt, drop me an email and I'll give you that link, and you can meet
that'd
the
be
club,
good.
the president too. All right.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, you'll love it because those guys have some huge parties, knockdown dragouts. See, I've seen them taking pictures when they're at restaurants and bars. It's hilarious, and I don't see any Hawks fans in the room.
Oh, I like that. That's beautiful. You just overwhelm the place, and then you just have no choice but to leave.
Yeah, it looks like Hawks fans feel like the Sons of Anarchy are in there or something. You know, they just don't come in.
See you red.
I love it. Anyway, hey Matt, great to talk to you. Drop me that line. I'll connect you up with the Seattle folks. All right.
All right, buddy. Sounds good.
All right. You have a good night too, Matt.
All right.
Great to hear from you.
You too, guys. Everybody hit the like, man. This is a great show.
Thanks, Matty. Night, fam.
All right, buddy. All right, man. Night.
And we got 843 SC. 843. Yo, who is this?
Hey, this is John, man.
John. Hey, come on in, John.
What's up?
John, back to football is on. I was so worried. This is such a relief. Knowing George Kittle signing, they're really getting out there playing ball. You know, because you know what Kobe would say, man, y'all ain't playing no ball up in here, man. You realize how many people are sick and getting sick? Oh, man, you're taking football away. No, they ain't taking no football away.
Nah, Ronbo, they ain't taking it away.
What do you think about today's practice?
Man.
You heard about it? Did you get the details? You were talking about
man.
it? Yeah. What are your observations on what happened today? Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Are you hoping somebody picks it up? What's up?
I'm excited. I'm very excited about, starting, especially come Monday when pads come on.
Oh!
My God. I'm excited. But you know what, man?
What?
I think I should see Solomon T done, man. I think he's done. Hey, man, you know this man is taking up 40, like he's taking 4.38% of our salary cap.
Yep. I didn't know the number, man. But that's, they didn't pick up his contract. Yeah.
Well,
they didn't pick up his extension.
Man. Come on.
I know. $9 million. You know what? They didn't pick up his he's on notice. They did not pick up his extension. And he knows it. And if
he does.
Yeah.
He does. But I hope he have a good year.
Because if he has a good year, we have a good year.
That, he can get picked up by another team, man. But I think with us, man, he done. He doesn't steal enough money, man.
He may, though. You know what? Here's the thing. It's between him and Javon. I feel sorry for him. If he has to compete with Javon, it's going to start out, I understand from what they're saying now, Solomon T will start at the tackle, and they'll work Javon in. If Javon comes in and looks like he indeed is the heir apparent to DeForest Buckner, Solomon T will play a similar role as he played last year, and this will indeed be his last season with the 49ers.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, Javon Kittle, that's a dog, man.
I know.
That's a dog.
I can see
it. He's from North Charleston. That's about he's like an hour from where I'm at.
All right.
He's a dog, man. I'm telling you. We in South Carolina. He's a dog. He's a dog, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Debo was trying to tell us. Yep. Because Debo was pumping him up before the draft. And I'm sitting there saying, man, I got to have that Bama wide receiver, man. I need that speed to take the top off this defense from now on. We got that and Kinlaw, because I got all the faith in the world in Ayuk. And you get
But you know what? Going on, Ronbo, I like a lot of my people, like me. I got like me, my boys, and then I got like a little cousin. As a Niner fan, right?
Yep.
Most of all my other family, like Washington fans, and you got Cowboy fans and all the stuff.
Everybody's got one. A Cowboy
but this
fan.
the kicker now, because we drafted Debo. A lot of my family members is watching 49ers games because they like Debo.
And now you got Javon. So some decisions have to be made in your family.
And decisions got to be made. I'm telling them, come on over. Come on.
Because, the Cowboys, it's easy to not like the Cowboys. I think about if I was a Cowboy fan, I mean, I got Jerry Jones running things. That would bother me.
Cowboys is Skip Bayless.
I know, Skip. You saw them videos, though. Skip Bayless kills me.
He's delusional.
I mean, Skip is he just doesn't understand. He says the wrong thing every year, and Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. But I'm not sure if he'll ever enter the realm of the elite. You know what I'm saying? He beat a few teams last year, and they were all below 500. People thought, Dak, I want $40 million a year. For what? You know what I'm saying? I don't blame Jerry Jones. And I don't like Jerry Jones, but this time I understand what he's talking about.
He couldn't even beat a Lamb Eagle team. They had nobody. Like a Lamb Eagle. If last year I know we got the Eagles this year on our schedule, but if we played the Eagles last year with that Lamb, like everybody was down. Man, we would have killed them.
Oh, it would have been brutal.
We would have killed them this year anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because most likely the quarterback, and people talk about people getting hurt, man, the Eagle quarterback, he gets hurt. I give him 6 weeks. He might make 7. Well, no, I take that back. He only gets hurt before the playoffs or during. Poor guy.
Hey, Rob, I got a question. Rob, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
When you think Debo gonna be ready?
Week 4.
Week 4?
Yeah.
And you know what I think?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I think? I really believe, and I know I'm gonna get some flack for this. I really believe they're about to put Debo on the pup list.
I know. See, that's what I'm worried about too, because
they're bringing these wide receivers in,
right? And that's the plan. But Debo, if he put him on the pup, he can't come in until I think week 6 to 8, somewhere in there. So he might be just deactivated. Yeah, Kyle's got to make some.
But I rather, with that injury that he do have,
yeah, he can come.
Even if he's ready by week 4, I'd rather them, take 2 weeks. Okay, yeah, we have a whole lot on to this.
Yeah.
But that's when when I look at the schedule, our first 6 weeks, I mean, we should get through them games fine without Debo.
Mm-hmm.
We really should. Now, the only game that I am very concerned with is week 1.
I know that. I'm telling you, we ought to say we're lockstep. I don't like dealing with the Cubs.
We having this abbreviated training camp, and no preseason, and our first week is against really and truly in our division. Like, I don't see Seattle as a threat to us. I really don't. Our true competition to me is the Cardinals.
Yeah. John, we got. I agree with you so wholeheartedly. John, get on back here tomorrow and say hi to the family and tell them to stop being Cowboys and don't let their babies grow up to be Cowboys.
No.
Hey.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. See you tomorrow, John. Good stuff. Glad to meet you, too. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be Cowboys. Let them be doctors and lawyers and Niners and such. Hey, IB!
Ronbo. Mic check, mic check. Are we sounding tonight?
Oh, awesome as usual, fam. I mean, I know
My man.
you checked out the action going on out there today. What are you thinking?
Actually, I caught it as I was coming on into the show. So I'm just getting caught up
Oh,
with all
okay.
the news and whatnot. I didn't catch Dre's show or none of that earlier. So I saw a couple glimpses of my man Kinlaw on Instagram earlier, and he looked all right. What I also saw was 95 Contavia Street running drills right next to him, and he was actually going faster than Kinlaw. So that kind of intrigued me a little bit. But I've been listening.
Wait. Did I hear you say Contavia Street was running past Kinlaw?
He was. I mean, if you saw what I saw on Instagram, 95 is Contavia Street.
I gotta
he was
go look
running
at that.
Same drill.
Yeah.
Now Kinlaw was running it a little high, but he's 6'5", and that was they say it's his first time, at practice. So, but if you check who was running faster, Contavia Street was fast. He looked real good. I mean, but we say this year after year. So
about Street,
God willing, this is his year because he's a guy that we've moved all around, interior, outside. So I think inside will be a good breather for DJ, of course. We're not talking about DJ.
Yeah. But I mean, I just want to say one thing about the Street versus Kinlaw race. At short area quickness with them big linemen.
Right.
Right. I want to that running pass. Yeah.
Right.
But I do want to see Street finally make a statement this year.
Yeah, if he could dig his feet in the ground, man, that's what they all want to see. Just that confidence, But we'll see. It was definitely surprising to see him moving that fast, and I've been a little negative about him because it's just a devastating injury that he had, But
took him 2 years.
As far as yeah. As far as Trent, hopefully it's just rust. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
I saw another flick of him on Instagram where he was running, caught a slant or something and ran across the field to the end zone and whatnot. I don't know what everybody else is seeing, but I don't know.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I mean, you ever go play like rec center ball or something like that? Basketball or anything like that. You notice if you take off like 2 or 3 weeks and go back down there, all of a sudden nothing works, and then after about a half an hour, you start to feel a little better, and then you come back later, and all of a sudden you're back. I think it's just a normal thing to come out and look a little shaky after being off that length of time. He'll be fine.
Well, a lot of it is anxiety and your own nerves too, especially being an athlete. If being healthy for the first time, you're nervous, you got the jitters and whatnot. But in my belief,
you start to understand. You start to say to yourself, "Man, what's up?" You start talking to yourself because you're not looking like you want to look. Yeah. All right.
Well, these ain't normal circumstances neither. As far as athletes, football players, athletes in general, but football players, I think they've been used to their practices. The pace of it's ramped up a little bit more because they've already would have went through preseason. You know what I'm saying? So, but realistically, condition-wise, it should be interesting because they haven't had any contact, so they're fresh as if they were going into preseason. So it's going to be interesting because hopefully we don't see a lot of injuries. I think Kyle's smart in what he's doing as far as he's ready to fill in the blanks. You know what I'm saying? These receivers that may have or may not pan out, I think he's got enough guys now that years before us, we didn't have those players to rely on. And I think right now whether you look at special teams, whether you look at offense. Not so much defense, but I don't think defense is really an issue because the core still remains, you know. But man, it's getting interesting, Ronbo. That's for sure. Especially a receiver, man. Especially a receiver.
I'm telling you, that receiver room is solved. Now it's really dynamic because now you got speed merchants. Because we got plenty of yak brothers, but have we got them dudes that just scare people to death?
Well, I think, and I've been watching, and I watch and I pay attention, you know, and I see what Kyle Shanahan does, and what he does is when you are a genius like that, you don't come into the season with just one scheme, one system. You're a master of schemes, you're a master of system, a master of offenses and defense, right? So what he does when he puts players on his team is he makes his team versatile for any type of situation, whether your main quarterback goes down or your main running back goes down or your main receiver goes down, whatever.
He will always have a plan A and B.
And it trickles through the system.
I mean, we got to pull up, though, because I got to pull out of here. But listen, I'm going to tell you what, I'll be back tomorrow and get some more from you. Looking forward, fam. All right?
I'll be here, my man. Yeah, have a good one. I appreciate the platform as always, Ronbo.
Thanks, IB. All right, fam. Have a good night. My best to the kids, too.
My man.
All right.
Yeah, they better be asleep.
Nobody says that.
It's the East Coast. Yeah.
It's way
the East Coast over here. All right.
All right. Night.
Yep. All right. You have a good one.
You too. Thanks. Ellis!
What's up, family?
Ellis, man, it's like first day, dudes out there going through drills, moving a little faster than just walkthroughs. You hear about this and that, it gets you all, little tidbits are just exciting now because we've been starving for football for how long, right?
Right.
Ain't full yet, but it ain't starving now. Ellis, your observations on the day, man. Did you hear about anything you appreciated?
I didn't get to hear as much as I would like to. I didn't get to hear about Trent Williams. I didn't get to hear much about.
I wonder how much they did. Some of those drills probably didn't include. Reporters couldn't really take
I heard good things. Yeah, well, I heard some good things. I heard Brandon Ayuk burned Emmanuel Mosley in his second string defense. He's got a couple of catches. Yeah, Brett. They said Ayuk is looking promising. He was getting off on both teams. Both teams of the first and the second team, offense and defense. He got on.
And he said he made it look easy. It looked like he wasn't trying as hard as he could. What?
Yeah, he said. He said he looked like the best. Yeah, looked real quality and qualified, man. So that was exciting. And I heard that Jimmy's wearing a knee brace.
Yeah.
And again, so they were trying to talk about that, but I mean, it could just be for security purposes. He didn't seem to. I guess he was looking not as. Apparently, Nick Mullins was looking better than Jimmy, from what I heard. But,
really?
That's neither here nor there.
Jimmy went 6 for 8. Yeah. So I guess Nick did
Nick
better than that, 7. Even. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Nick went 7 for 8, but they were just saying that Jimmy was hesitant in throwing the ball downfield. On a play or two and something like that. There was some different things that they were seeing, and apparently, Nick had none of those.
None of those moments.
None of that kind of stuff. Yeah, none of those moments. And so, but I mean, they try to look and try to pull whatever it is they can. But I'm going off of what actually I heard Grant Cohn, which he's there at the practices, so he saw what was going on. So, but yeah, so I it was a couple of Jermichael Hasty I heard was looking really good.
Yeah.
From the running back position, they said his movements and how he was doing, he's got something that separates him from even all of the rest of the backs that we have, which I know Kyle's going to have a field day. We're not getting rid of Jermichael Hasty. I can tell you right now from just what I was hearing today, it sounds like, he's going to want to keep him in the bag, just in case, things get a little funky with these other running backs. I'm hoping that they don't get rid of TC. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I've been hearing too much about that in the overload of the running back group. But again, it's not in our control. But if it happens, it'll kind of be a little bit of
a bittersweet kind of thing because I like Tevin. I really don't think he got he just it's those holes and hitting the holes, and sometimes the holes take longer to open. They're not open right away. Sometimes you got to kind of make a play out of the situation and turn it into something. And if you're not really thinking about that in the moment when you're running through those holes, you're just going straight to the pile. Then you're not getting much yardage. But in the Carolina game, and a few other games,
Carlos Hyde football.
Well.
Yeah. Carlos
Exactly.
used to go. Carlos would go look for the pack so he could hit
Right,
it.
right
It takes
to
Trey
the
to talk
pack,
about Carlos Hyde.
Boy, that boy, and he was he's a damn good running back, man. I couldn't believe it, man. I'll be honest, I can't believe it. But anyway, yeah, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, heard some good things though about the offense. I didn't get to hear much about the defense. I heard Quan was in the first team and got more reps than Dre. And as of right now, from what Kyle said, it looks like they're his guy. As far as the will linebacker position.
Yeah.
And they said they got him. He brought him in for a reason. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he hasn't, given him any lackluster play or performance and things like that. And it's put itself on the line. And they like his attitude a lot. You know what I mean? His energy.
It.
But
You see
he
him
loves
out there
Dre.
leading.
But they still love Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dre's going to get his time.
about you,
He's going to
man?
have his moments too. There's plenty.
Man,
There's plenty of game time for him.
Dre's an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dre is an asset without question. Dre, he saved our ass last year in
He
two
really
pivotal
did.
moments in games that we would have. I mean, let's be honest. You know what I mean? The interception, in the first game with the Seahawks, and then the other game against them, and just in general, you seen Dre flying around, laying guys out and making plays, and so he's definitely going to be sharing snaps with with our boy Quan, and which is good because we need to keep them fresh. We need to keep the legs fresh. That's the the point of having good rotational players, guys that are quality and just as good, if not better than the other, or vice versa. As long as guys are quality and are taking care of the assignments.
And that's just it, Ellis. The quality level on this team is obscene. I mean, the guy next to you is just as good as you are. Which one do you want it the most? Because honestly, if Dre does too good of a job this year, then Quan does possibly, because we ain't got no money, Ellis. It's going to be really difficult to sign people next year. Quan did restructure his contract. You can't hate on the man that does that. This year, he is not touchable. But next year, you say, Dre, his level of play, Quan's salary versus Dre's level of play, what do you do? Because this is a very vicious business regarding that, So
definitely.
I hope Quan stays. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I like Quan a lot, man. And our Juwan Jennings caught a couple of passes, and they said he was looking fearless out there. From what Grant was saying, and he had a few breakdowns on a couple of different players. So yeah, but I don't know, man. I hope everything's going all right. I hope Jimmy's all right. You know what I mean? I don't know what's maybe like he had that practice with the 5 interceptions, stuff like that. We can't assess him based on the first day and completely just get all into that. That's neither here nor there. But I'm glad we have Nick. I want to say that. I'm glad we have Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins is a great damn quarterback, man. And he's already shown that he has the ability. You know what I mean? At least we got somebody just in case.
Yeah, he's learned a lot since that first year. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not giving up on Jimmy yet because, as I say, he's got a huge ceiling. He's just got to go get it. But we'll see.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. And George definitely wanted his money. Just from here, what he was saying, George was trying to get paid to make sure he got his family set. So I'm just glad we got that the hell out the way.
Too.
Because
Yeah, and we could go to play and get serious now and not worry about that. Ellis, we're going to go. I'm going to get out of here because I got to run and do something. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, family, as always. Thank you for your platform. Hit the like, subscribe, everybody in the chat, man, before y'all or when you guys get out of there, man. Make sure you hit that like, and any newcomers, subscribe and show love to the Ronbo Sports, channel. And thank you again, fam, as always.
Thanks, Ellis. Appreciate you, family. You know this. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right.
Respect.
Night.
All right. Peace.
And fam, I got to go get on my horse. I got to run to make. As my uncle used to always say, I need to go see a man about a dog. I never understood what he meant by that. In the middle of the night, you're going to see a man about a dog? Hey, you going to bring him back here? You're a little kid, you know. It's tough growing up in Black America. You hear the silliest things, and you never get over them. I can say that because I'm black. Fam, I can't wait to get busy tomorrow again and we find out what the 49ers are doing in camp. Stay red and gold dreaming all night. Niners!